wasn't.
It's definitely casted. It wasn't a podcast.
Right, dude. We were casted something into the freaking realms of.
We put something out there for you guys. That's all that matters.
That's what I'm saying. So
put
like
it out there for y'all.
We did here again. If you're new to the Shooting the Poop podcast, I am Terribly Tactical. I also have my own channel, Terribly Tactical. This is Tactical Scales, my right-hand man, and I couldn't do it without him. And we are doing the Shooting the Poop podcast. So the first one, kind of just hanging around, messing around, seeing how all this stuff works, because this is something new to us.
And we're still figuring that shit out.
Yeah. Speaking of which, huge shout out to the Hypo Drake, for sure. Huge. This video sponsored by Hypo Drake. We're not even 30 subs. Could you imagine? We're 29 for like the last week. I don't know. We only got 29 true supporters out there, but we very much so appreciate you. But Hypo Drake, huge shout out to you, dude, for sending this out. We are technologically uninclined or ill-inclined, perhaps.
Inept.
Indeed. Not only socially, but technologically inept, for sure. But we did watch a couple vidges on this product here, and we are going to figure out how to use it and utilize it for the Shooting the Poop podcast, and perhaps other Terribly Tactical and Shooting the Poop podcast and Tactical Scales. We might actually get him to get his own channel. I mean, I never thought
my channel, bro.
I never thought. First of all, I got complete and total ownership, okay, of the entire situation.
Bro, we already went over this.
We could go back. We could go back.
I own this dude.
I could literally.
I own the cam.
This is
I own
my
the computer.
room. This is literally
you
my
got
room.
some audio
Get your
devices you don't even know how to use
Get your
yet.
shit out of my room. Listen, I'm about to shout out to Hypo Drake, mad support, dude. That's absolutely awesome. But also the Hypo Drake, dude. Here, hold this so I don't break our new prods. You guys have to.
There's too many fucking plugs on this shit. I don't even know what to do. So many lights.
Dude.
The cow trap.
This is some straight up Ninja Gaiden shit. If I've ever seen it, dude.
Yeah.
If anybody just cuts you off in traffic, you cut them off, and then you throw these out your window. And these are like little
Not
ninja.
Legal advice.
Not legal nor financial advice. But these are like little ninja pocket stars and shit. Like that's pretty sick, dude. Huge shout out to you. He sent one for me and Scales both. We each got a pack of them. I feel like this honestly is an underrated product. And the versatility alone of the dude.
Yeah.
They got the bars and shit, the police.
Yeah, they got the fucking spike strips, dude. We got even more mobile.
You can literally carry this in your pocket.
Yeah.
And they're reusable.
Yeah.
You go back there later and pick them up. Whatever. They always return to the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome.
So those motherfuckers probably cost like $5. We're gonna get busted trying to pick them back up.
Right. Go straight to jail, not pass go, or collect $200. Pay $7 million in fines. Lose more freedoms than we ever have.
Yeah.
So because of the shape and the ergonomics of the tool, the weapon.
Yeah, you're the tool.
I am the tool for sure. I am definitely the tool in this case. These Taiwanese, what would you even call these, dude? It says
traps.
Ninja. They're cow traps, yeah.
Yes.
So it says Ninja. So in case you guys don't know, yeah, right there. How do you, cow traps?
Cow
like
traps.
Yes.
Like cow.
Cow?
Cow.
Like California?
Cow.
Like 50 cal. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
50 cal content coming up. There's already a little bit on the channel. If you guys want to check that out again, Terribly Tactical. The link will be pinned in the description box below. It's all the way at the bottom because I'm the least important part of this entire situation. It's all Tactical Scales for sure. All of it. I mean,
to my chan, dude.
This is your chan, dude. We're on the chan.
That was all your chan, dude.
It is all my chan, but I'm
ownership.
Bestowing the chan upon thee.
I'm just like assistant manager or something.
You are. You're not even. You're like my.
Karen's trying to talk to my ass.
You're like my secretary, honestly. That is pretty sick, though. But huge shout out to Hypo Drake, man. Super, super, very much. I don't know where I'm looking. I'm looking here, but I should be looking at the camera, right?
Look at the cam, dude.
Huge shout out
secondary view.
Secondary view, dude, which is very cool. I don't have these kinds of luxuries,
dude,
in my studio. Which technically this is my studio, but it's not gonna. When it is my studio, none of this cool shit's gonna be in here.
No.
But hopefully, I can have some cool shit of my own. But either way, the capabilities of just this camera alone, and even the freaking LCD screen, whatever the shit, that's HD. And in a picture like this, it's like this big, but like I could see everything. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I hope that sounds really good on the audio. We're going to have to remix that. Remix! But again, huge shout out to all of our supporters out there. We see you guys. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys being there day in, day out, and tolerating our bullshit. That's too much now. That might be
now
too
we
much.
got multiple views, dude.
There's too many views. I don't know if I want to look at myself from that many views. Or your ugly ass either. We're both pretty ugly. The least camera time possible. And I got a shitty voice too, so I mean, man, you look like you're always high all the time. You look like you're fucking blitzed right now, bro. Right, dude. He needs it. We gotta staple them shits open. You're looking like.
Hold up, I think I got some tape around here.
Yeah, we should. Dude. Straight up Steve-O your ass. But yeah, huge shout out to all you guys out there. I keep looking at the wrong thing. I'm not used to this. Huge shout out to you guys. Hypo Drake, especially, man. That's awesome, dude. We appreciate the support. All the people that have been there and supported us throughout the years. And going forward, obviously, we were not able to do the live chat tonight because of YouTube censorship and shadow banning and demonetization. They gave me a channel strike for talking about the scamdemic, God forbid. And because the truth doesn't line up with their agenda, the video was removed. It was only a couple hours in. The video was actually gaining steam, which makes me think that I mean, obviously they got good algorithms, but it was probably most likely reported by somebody who was triggered from hearing the truth, which is a problem here in this country and all over the world. Something we talk about, something we try and address, something we're trying to solve. But it's a huge problem just in general. Like the PC culture killed our society, in my opinion. But either way, and we could argue when that started and all that, but at the end of the day, it's what we have to contend with. I have been on other platforms. I will be on other platforms. This is technically kind of sort of like a B channel. It's shared. If we're responding in the comments, by the way, it could be me. It could be Scales.
You should really figure that
Same
out
thing.
And, like, have a signing.
Nah, we gotta just do it.
You never know. Keep them guessing.
Keep them guessing,
yeah.
Because honestly, you never know. Same thing with the Instagram. We both have access to it. We'll both respond. We'll both post different things. So if you're specifically looking for one or the other of us, it's probably better to hit us up on our own individual stuff. But you could always, Shooting the Poop Podcast
so please
at
don't
Gmail.
Send the dick pics to
don't
me.
send the dick pics to Scales.
Don't
podcast, send them to me. Don't send them to me either.
He wants that.
I don't want the dick pics.
That.
I'm good on the dick pics, honestly.
Especially from Hypo Drake.
No. Hypo Drake, I do appreciate. That's super fucking cool, dude. You hooked us up. We don't have no idea how to use it yet. We got a gist of it from watching a YouTube video.
I know where to plug shit in.
Right.
I don't know how
we
to
don't
do
have the cords
further.
yet.
No.
We don't have the cords yet. We're looking into acquiring the cords. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Speaking of acquiring cords, dude, we got all types of guitars. Get your ugly ass out the way so I can see the guitars, bro. This is beautiful. And a ukulele. There's a little ukulele down there, too. You want to check that out.
Your little mini amp, dude.
We should we'll save that for a little bit. We'll talk about that in a little bit, and about how your ass almost cried because he thought his amps broke.
I wasn't gonna cry.
I was this close to videotaping that shit and fucking out in your ass a little. He thought
I was like, motherfucker.
That is how it be sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
He's got too many shits plugged in, and then the fucking shit shorts. But none of this shit is up to OSHA standards.
None of it.
Like,
I'm surprised
this is a danger. I should be wearing a hard hat and some I.Pro.
Yes.
Both of our skulls are definitely thick enough. I keep looking at the wrong thing. I gotta fix that. And I also gotta stop mentioning it when I notice it myself.
Exactly.
It's distracting from the overall.
It's just horrible.
Well, I don't see you contributing too much to the Shooting the Poop.
I'm the only reason this is here. I've created this shit.
We built this city. Get the fuck out of here. He created. You fucking signed up for an email, fool. Off my recommendation. And we could bring him. I got the live chat saved. I actually was working on snipping the clip just to prove you wrong when we go to court over the shit. Because I got at least 51%, bitch. At least. The merch alone, the Shooting the Poop podcast stickers, just a logo. Put that shit on a shirt, a hat, a hoodie. Like I said, you guys will literally be wearing our shit. I'm doing the camera thing again. I said I wasn't going to mention it, though, but I did. Keeping it real here on the Shooting the Poop podcast.
In your defense, you used the shitty-ass cam setup where the camera's right here on the...
Right, that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
But I got to look... I'm not used to the high-quality cam, dude.
I know.
Like, share, comment, subscribe.
Wait. I can fix it for you.
Damn.
I'll fix it for you, dude.
Damn. But I'm still going to look at it, dude. You're going to put the bullseye on there?
No, because you're used to what you're looking at, dude.
Dude, but I'm
not. Used to looking at the bullseye, dude. That's what you do, right?
I'm used to piercing those bullseyes, bro.
So don't shoot my camera. But Sticky targeted.
Dude.
Right at the top of the cam.
Right at the top. Dude, I'm seriously I might get a rep on that shit and let one crack.
Please do.
Just
There's one right there for that.
Just for funsies.
Towards the Nave's house.
Never situational awareness, dude, at all times. You might.
Now a little reminder, that's where you focus, dude. Right up there.
Dude, I'm focused as fuck, bro. But for real, again, shout out to all you guys out there watching. Make sure you smash the like button, share the content if you do truly support us and what we're doing here. We're as patriotic as they come. We're here to help grow traditional American values. The Second Amendment, people exercising their rights. We understand you have the right to choose not to, but we encourage everybody these rights that we have inalienably or for everybody, okay? Me, you, whether we fall on the same political aisle or not. And so we're just all about complete and total freedom. You know, we don't care if you do drugs. We don't care if you're gay. We don't care if you like guns or not. We don't care about whatever. And we talk about it all. We try and solve the world's problems little by little on the live chats every Sunday night, 8:30 Central Standard Time-ish on the Terribly Tactical channel. But here on the podcast, I don't know, we should probably figure out like a set. I mean, I like the random sporadic shit, but like every Wednesday we release one. You know, it could be filmed at any given time throughout the week, but are we going to do it one episode a week? Is that all we can schedule? He's a busy man. Grown-ass man. Got a whole ass family on the way. I'm busy. I got about 18 jobs when it comes down to it between all the social needs, bro. So, you know, but we're trying to make it happen. I think we are making it happen. And the most important thing is that we're bringing y'all with us. And we are super thankful. You know, again, just this is one mere example, but again, and I'm not trying to hype it, dude. Like, Hypo Drake, please do not. I know you're close. Do not show up or send dick pics. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. We do appreciate the support. But just like little shit like that, meeting people. I've met people, and I'm a nobody, dude. But it was fucking at the I-Gold. Nobody would believe it. Somewhere we're marching down the street of Springfield to get to the Capitol building, protesting for our rights, and some random dude I've never seen before in my life comes out the crowd and was like, "Yo, are you terribly tactical?" And I'm like, "I sure the fuck am." But what do I do with my hands? Because this is awkward. So it's just weird shit, and nobody would ever. And this has nothing to do. And shout out to Ozzy, and there was the other dude too. It was a different dude the first time. The second time was Ozzy. That shit, Ozzy was behind us watching recording the live stream because we go to I.Gold. If you're out of Illinois, definitely join the I.S.R.A, please. Also, you should be a part of the F.P.C no matter what. The links are in the description box below. We get nothing for it. We just completely and wholeheartedly believe in these organizations. They are doing good things for our gun rights, and you should definitely join the fight. That's a quick, easy, simple way to do so. You should also be writing, calling, protesting, civilly disobeying. Situation dictates the tactics. The Second Amendment is there for a reason. You guys figure it out. Beans, bullets, band-aids, have them, know how to use them, different stuff. This is all different stuff we're going to be talking about here on the podcast. This podcast already this is an actual podcast almost, I feel like. We're kind of almost podcasting right now.
Got to put out another shout out, though, to the H. Williams.
To the H. Williams. Huge shout out to the H. Williams. Making sure we're all right.
Tonight,
we're live. So
shout out to you, man.
Huge shout out to the Hank Wills, dude. He's the brother from another mother, and he's like no other. And we will eventually have him live here. I mean, it's obviously going to be pre-recorded, but live here in the podcasting studio, in the flesh, telling the stories.
I haven't shown you this yet.
What?
But just for him, I got him a little Christmas present. Like,
what is going on?
Still ain't got his fucking birthday present yet.
But, dude, Hank Williams, bro, this is what you got coming, bro. This is part of the disguise. You get the freaking the glasses with the nose with the mustache, and you wear this. We fill it up with some freaking fine beverages, some adult beverages, as they say. You be all set. You show up on the Shooting the Poop podcast, make a spot for you, little recliner, some shit, some whiskey, 4-finger pour, neat. You be all right. It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Miss the Hank Williams. He hasn't been around.
It's been a while.
Just a long, hot minute.
Very sad.
Very sad. Very sad indeed. So many holidays not celebrated together.
But he keeps up, you know. Keeps in contact.
He does. He does his best, and we appreciate that. We really do appreciate that because we know that if we ever ended up where you are, we'd have a place to stay, and likewise. But yeah, just that's one of the coolest things about doing this stuff. Like, we are nothing, nobodies from nowhere, and just being able to get on here and communicate with the people that are like-minded, that believe the way that we do, that are about freedom, that are just chill and down to hang out. Like, we do random stupid shit. We're goofballs. We fucking
Shit, even I got fucking recognized once.
Recognized, bro. Not for... That's a whole nother story. Maybe to be told in the tell-all book. It's going to be like an E! True Hollywood expose or something that you do on yourself. It's counterintuitive, you think, but...
expose all of my secrets.
Right.
For
you got to make sure it's after the statutory of limitations.
The statute.
Whatever.
It's not statutory, that's
whatever.
rape.
Whatever, dude. You don't want to do that shit either. So
that is not in the story. That is not going to be in the story.
What if there was a statue in your story, dude? Like you went to New York or something.
I made a statue of myself.
Yeah.
Put it up in my front yard.
Very profound.
Yes.
And pretentious.
Yeah.
Pretentiously profound. Like, share, comment, subscribe. That's the P channel.
I
feel like the target is, maybe even some poop channels, dude. You're on it right now, bro. I feel like the bullseye target, the high vis bullseye, is helping. I'm still mentioning it though.
Yes.
Really, I'm almost doing it out of spite at this point.
At this point, you're doing it just as a running joke.
Yeah.
You know, but it is quite beneficial.
No, it is, and I think it's cool too. But it just honestly though, let it be said, let it be known to all of the tens of viewers out there watching right now, that if for whatever reason, at some point in time, that one catches the smoke on a dry fire rep that was wet as hell, put it down. It's a safe direction. It would be fine. It would be stopped. But that camera,
we're gonna keep this one here,
dude. We're gonna just in case, dude. You got to get your reps in sometimes.
Yeah,
This is the Beretta for the Cheetah. We also, from time to time, keep the Glock for the block. Oh, it doesn't have a functioning slide release.
Dude.
You're not supposed to click it either. If you are into firearms and you have an empty gun, by the way, this is a little mid-video tac tip. If you're not familiar with tac tips, make sure you go check out the Terribly Tactical channel. But if you have an empty firearm, more guns are definitely tolerant of this than others, but if you have an empty gun, you're not loading rounds of ammunition, live ammunition into the gun or snap caps or whatever, and you're just steady hitting the button and clacking the slide forward, that is bad for the gun. Over time, you can actually start peening metal over on your barrel hood and different interfaces depending on what gun it is and the quality it was built to and this, that, and the third. Most guns could take it. People do it on guns all day long. On like a custom 1911, you could actually sear bounce that bitch and mess up your custom trigger job that you paid $375 for. Just different shit. That being said, you're not supposed to bump fire custom trigger job guns either, and I bump fire the shit out of my Wilson Combat. I paid for it. I'm going to do what I want. But it hasn't broken yet, but probably not a good idea, although I'm saving up for another one. So, that'll be my beater Wilson Combat. It's like
Wilson,
just my beater Wilson, dude. It's like a bloody volleyball.
Why are you beating your Wilson, dude?
He was getting out of line. You know how they get. But yeah, it actually did. The one time Abib actually fired and cycled out of this fucking airsoft gun right through the lens.
Right into the lens.
Dude, I'm fucking slopperating, bro. Gravy Seals Meal Team 6, bitch. But yeah, so we're all about the freedoms, okay? You can't have the freedoms without the Second Amendments. But hopefully we never have to use the Second Amendments for its fully intended purpose, why it was written, which is why it's important for you to use your First Amendments to their fullest extent, okay? The opposition, as it were, and it's not necessarily an Antifas or a BLMs or the lefties or the Democrats. I don't fuck with Republicans. I don't fuck with a lot of conservatives. I'm for complete and total freedom, as is he. I don't want to speak for you. Feel free to speak, but complete and total freedom. I don't want to fuck with you. You don't fuck with me. We both fuck off. No problems. If you fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with you back. I'm pretty good at fucking with people. So, that's just how it is. So it's super easy. It's just the fuck off concept. Fuck off 2024. Everybody just fucks off. Probably a good idea. Leave everybody alone. Stop bitching and moaning and doing Karen shit and fucking snitching on your neighbors, dude. Just like the fucking Holocaust, the fucking Nazi shit that's going on in this country and all over the world. And they're going around and rounding up people that are not jabbed or not fucking papered or not fucking... How the fuck in this country, if it does not boil your blood here in this country or anywhere in the world, Australia is acting more American than we have been lately. It just surprised me. They want to talk about some a date in January, trying to fight the algorithms and sneak all around them. So that's nothing to what it could be, what it almost should be, and not advocating anything in specific other than righteous, self-defense against tyranny. And again, it doesn't have to come to blows. It could just be a verbal judo. Everybody was kung fu fighting. We got to learn how to play that. I feel like it would be rather great if you could just play that in the background and then somebody hits the drum. But yeah, and I'm not trying to get super serious and all crazy on the podcast, but eventually it will, and sometimes it will, and that's just how it is because we're here to try and make a difference. If we wake up one person to thinking for themselves, you don't even have to think the way that we think, but for you to be able to just think for yourself and not just be spoon-fed the bullshit on a 24/7 news cycle and all the falsehoods and facades and fakeness of existence. There is no such thing as a reality anymore because it's being skewed into. I mean, it's like your life is MTV, bro. It's all reality, but it's all bullshit. And people seem to be going along with it, and that's what scares me the most. And so if we could sit here and change one person's mind, wake one person up, encourage one person to exercise their rights, to any extent, let alone the fullest, that's what we're here for. We're here to learn and grow and have fun doing it. This is not just a gun and freedom oriented completely and total, it's shooting the poop, right? So obviously guns and freedom, they coincide, but we're just shooting the shit. We're chilling, we're hanging out. We're going to talk about different stuff. We're going to talk about controversial subjects. We're going to act like goofballs and talk shit and crack jokes. We're going to probably we're definitely going to say some offensive shit and probably already have here in this podcast alone. That being said, we're trying to be productive. We're trying to have a good time. We're trying to help the Second Amendment community needs to turn into the Second Amendment culture. But it's not even just that. It's not even about the gun thing. It's about freedom in general. That being said, at the end of the day, without the guns, you cannot maintain freedom because sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. So that's poetic, wasn't it? It was just right. I feel like that's a good right there. Fuck a Joe Rogan, fuck a Logan Paul. I'm calling all you bitches out. You want to get me in the ring? Pay me $1 million, dude. I'll come out. I'll fucking knock Jake Paul the fuck out. I'll beat the brakes off Jake Paul for just $1 million, dude. You gotta pay me a lot. $100 grand. $100 grand. I'll get in the ring, beat the shit out of Jake Paul. Make it happen, Dana. Make it. I'd do it just for funsies and the clout. But I don't even need the clout. You should check out the fucking almost 19,000K I got. 19,000K. That's how you gotta make it sound like it's extra when it's really not. Been doing this for 6.5 years. Don't even have 20,000 subs and shit. Should have quit 8 years ago before I even started. Yep. Still doing it.
The best part about it is like you were under 5 till I came along, bro.
Get the fuck. He always wants that. You always gotta bring that shit.
Talking about I'm getting the clout. I'm coming in for the clout. Dude. I think you got my clout, bro.
Get the fuck.
I hear cloud chasing for my shit.
Anybody that's been here since day one, if you remember the fucking Taliban fucking shamogs on the tape top, dude, and the impeccable quality of a fucking Spyderco fucking Tenace, dude, in the fucking fanny pack EDC. People do. There's people out there that have been watching. Nepa Gun Talk almost been watching that fucking long, bro. Shout out to Nepa Gun Talk. If you do not subscribe to Nepa Gun Talk on YouTube, do it. As well as a bunch of other people, okay? Saul, the PPU dudes. Okay, we're gonna forget. You gotta help me. We got Oregon Unlimited, which is Aspen Allen, which is fucking made in America, redneck, fucking American made. He was about 18 different things, so good luck finding that one. 7 Wonders.
I don't even know what he is now.
7 Wonders. We got Shooting Gallery New England. We got, who else we got? Shout out Johnny B. Johnny B's never gonna watch this, but Johnny B fucking.
Can you imagine he does?
Well, I mean, he was in the live chat. He was in the live, and even super chatted my fucking podcast. That was pretty cool. Months. He did. He had 5 on it. Johnny B had 5 on it apparently. But just like different shit, dude. Like this is awesome. The community, the people, because freedom people are different than just like normal people, right? Because freedom people actually don't give a fuck who you are. They just want you to live free and die hard. Like David Carradine, I believe he was choking himself while he was choking his chicken, and then passed away because of it. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. But
I don't know if I necessarily want everybody to die hard, though.
Well, I mean,
Like,
if I go out like
like,
Bruce Willis
like-
with an MP5, I'll be happy.
But like,
And he didn't even die though.
like,
That's what I'm saying.
my
It's hard
concern
to
is, like,
die when you're just that
I don't know.
badass. What?
Like I was in the room when my great grandfather passed. I think it might have been a little uncomfortable if he was hard at that point in time.
Now that you put it in that perspective, I
whole
suppose.
families there and shit.
Whatever, dude. I mean, it's stiffen up, dude. That's what happens when you got the rigor mortis. You got the rigor mortis, the Rick and Mortys you got when you die, supposedly.
A little uncomf.
Yeah. So speaking about a little uncomf.
Little uncomf. What's uncomf, dude?
Is that a Sons of Liberty Gunworks shirt?
I believe so, dude.
Shout out to Sons of Liberty Gunworks.
I don't own a single thing from them.
No, neither do I. Shirt. But I have been interested. I think they're a cool comp. I think their comp is pretty.
Is you trying for the next sponsor?
No, I'm not. I mean, if you by any means, I will take. I got a bunch of lowers. You guys could send some complete uppers. You know, even if they're awful, we're gonna tell everybody it's great. Just kidding. We don't do that ever once. Never shilling. Never shilling. Always red pilling.
Always the truth.
The truth. And it hurts a lot of the times. It hurts.
Even the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Nothing but you can't handle the truth. Leave it in the comment section below what movie that is. I bet you don't even know what movie that is. Jack Nick. Fucking Ethan Hunt, a.k.a. Tom Cruise, a.k.a. fucking 3'4" on a good day. That dude is small. That dude is small.
You know S-M-O-L-L fucking movies, dude. Didn't we look that up on the last live stream?
How tall
like
Tom
5'4".
Cruise was? Yeah, he's a short man. He's a very short man. And Rambo was shorter than we thought, but not super short. I guess he was almost average, like Sir Tom.
5'10".
Right. No, I thought it was like 5'8" or something.
I don't know. No, I think it was 5'10". He was the same height as me. Is what he was at.
Oh yeah, that's right.
5'10".
You're almost like the spitting image now that I look at it.
Maybe him in another like 30, 40 years.
Right.
Let's losing his shape.
No, Adrian! Fucking all dyslexic and shit. Ran out of the Sobieski, so I am currently drinking. You're making me look bad. Like I'm an alcohol or something.
I didn't say it.
It's fucking Sunday night. We're chilling. We're usually it's BYOB for the motherfucking live chat. We couldn't do the live chat, so we're podcasting. But we're hanging out. We're having a good time. He ran out of Mike's extra soft lemonade.
I don't need alcohol to.
Neither do I.
Have a good
Neither
time,
do I.
bro.
But you know what? My back hurts. It's been a long day. It's gonna be a long day tomorrow. You know. You only live once, here for a good time, not a long time, or something like that.
I went grocery shopping and shit earlier.
Grocery shop? Look at you being an adult and shit. Grocery? I see he went grocery shop. There's a video coming out. I don't know on what channel. It might be the Terribly Tactical channel. It might be the Shooting the Poop podcast channel. I keep looking at the fucking thing again. But he sure as shit went grocery shopping. Yeah. Got all types of pizza puffs and Hot Pockets and bagel bites and fucking fudge bars and shit. And then he sticks them in the goddamn cooler next to the dead ass Minnie Mice. It's a Minnie Mouseketeer in that motherfucker, and a bag of dead snakes. You said there's multiple dead snakes in that one bag. Why are they in the freezer?
Because I haven't gotten around to preserving them.
Preserving them for what? Are you making a belt?
Skinning their ass. Maybe.
You even got enough for a belt?
If I combine the two.
If you combine the powers, dude.
Yeah. I want to make a sick ass bracelet, dude. Who knows?
That sounds extra queer.
Maybe I just want.
Not that we're judging.
Maybe I just want to hang some fucking snake skins on the fucking backdrop, bro.
First of all, you're talking about the backdrop. I don't know whose backdrop you're pointing at.
Mine. And mine.
For now.
And mine.
Let this be my backdrop for one day.
Mine.
Game of.
Dude, you can do it.
I already did it, dude. I got the backdrop, bro. The fucking back is dropped, bro.
Dude. The back is
hard as fuck. Yeah, quite literally, because like I got a bad one and should I bend
over?
I'm like, ah! I'm coming, Elizabeth.
We both get that.
I got a life alert and shit, falling and I can't get up.
I almost needed that the one day. The fucking knee popped again. That was bad.
That was recent.
A couple months ago.
Damn.
Fucking knee went out while I was at the Gills and the Thrills.
Doing what?
I was chasing a quail.
Chasing a quail? He just
fucking quail running around. I go to kneel down and grab his ass and almost my knee just... And I literally, slow motion, just, oh shit, and fell to the side. I was on the ground for like 5 minutes. Fuck.
You came by, tried to eat him.
I couldn't get up. I had fallen and I couldn't get up.
You need life alert. We should life alert. You should sponsor the channel.
I crawled on the floor to the door frame and climbed up the door frame to stand myself up. Then hobbled up the stairs in the base
of operation. How many stairs are down to pace?
Probably a solid 20.
And you crawled up them?
No, I was
With a bum
hopped
ass?
up them. I got to the door frame and I climbed up the door frame to get on my 1 foot, and I hopped up the fucking stairs to go and grab my phone. Called the boss, said, "Hey, my knee just popped out of place again. I need to run home and get a knee brace. I'm gonna be a little late."
Well, not technically, because you were already.
I was already there. I was already there. I was there on time.
Right.
And I was working, and then luckily it was before we even opened.
That's what I would have said too if I was just dicking around and then hurt myself doing some dumb shit.
They had to fucking run and pick up Jacob.
Jacob
dropped him off at the
Where
shop.
are you at, Jacob? Bro,
Well,
are we gonna have him as a podcast?
I mean, Mabes.
Maybe you got to behave yourself though, Jacob. You know how you get.
Yeah.
And this is going out to our tens of viewers.
Little sus.
Tens of viewers.
But
Little sus. Yeah,
literally
that's his
tens
rap
of
name, dude. On
viewers.
SoundCloud, that's Lil Sus. Look him up. The Vogue. We got to get a hard copy of that Vogue magazine. There's like raging autism.
Yes.
He had the polo with the. I still, to this day, do not know how he did not spill a drop of red wine that probably came out of a box on his pristine white polo.
Well, he had the bot.
With the tucked in.
Remember, he even chugged the rest of the bot.
Oh, yeah, he was being hardcore with whatever happened with that poisonous frog and shit that he just let roam wild in his room.
It died.
No. Well,
randomly.
Better it than him, I
Yeah,
suppose, or
yeah.
maybe not. We don't know. Like, that I could not, dude. Like, I had, and you were telling me, because as a child, one time we were at my grandma's house, and I was a wee little lad, about, knee high to a grasshopper or whatever they say, and there was a garage sale next door, and they were selling like poison dart frogs or whatever. What's so funny about it?
At a garage sale?
It was at a garage sale, bro. They were selling poison dart frogs with the terrarium. It's a terrarium, right? When it's not water. It's aquarium, terrarium, and then a librarium.
Yes.
Right, exactly. Indubitably. But yeah, so the fucking... There was... I shit you not, I remember it vividly as if it was yesterday. And I was like... And we were, of course, going over there. It's summertime or whatever. Everybody goes to garage sales. And this is when I was young and stuff. In the 90s. Retro. Super retro, right? I'm old as fuck. And they whole ass. I think we got all of them. I don't think they separated them. It was like at least 7 to 10 of these motherfuckers. Little tiny... The poison dart frogs or whatever that you tell me are not even poisonous because they didn't grow up in the natural environment and eat the diet that they naturally would, which helps create the poison.
Yes.
Something to that effect.
All their toxins come from the bugs they eat being toxic.
So is it poisonous or venomous? And what's the difference?
Poisonous.
What's the difference?
So the difference is basically the easiest way to boil it down. If it's poisonous, you eat it, you die. If it's venomous, it eats you, you die. Okay. That's basically it.
So a poisonous bug or snake or whatever, are there certain things that can't be poisonous, only venomous? Like, are snakes only venomous?
There are a few species of poisonous snakes.
Okay.
But again, the poison
water
comes
mock?
from what they eat. No.
That's a ven?
Yes.
Right.
They're actually...
Which we do have in Illinois. I don't care what nobody says. If you've ever
Very
fished
southern
the
Illinois.
fucking display... No. It did Waterfall Glen fishing the Displains River, bro. I've seen them.
Those are northern banded water snakes.
I don't give a fuck. That shit is probably poisonous, venomous.
No.
It'll still bite your ass.
It'll bite your ass, but
Fuck
it's
that.
completely...
And the motherfuckers, they're like... Through the water, bro.
Fine.
Submerged and everything. Come up
They're
there swimming
harmless.
and shit. Their backs... I don't give a fuck. It's a snake, bro.
I can
It's
show you a picture of my ass holding one last time I went fishing.
Shit,
I picked it up
you're
right
a
out the water.
lizard
What's up,
person.
dude?
You're a fucking
Let's
lizard
get a shout out
person.
a bunch of people walking past, though.
And they understand what the fuck you're saying, dude. That I can't get away with that shit.
Pick that motherfucker up and just chilling while
They
fishing
can
with the
sense
snake.
the fear.
Dude.
They can sense the fear.
They can.
It's actually a pretty good podcast so far.
Yeah, so far. Until
You need to speak
take,
more. I'm
take
putting
a
you on the
little,
spot.
take a
You
little
gotta
break and just say, this
take
is
a
a pretty good podcast.
Like then it all goes to
just,
shit.
what the fuck is
Completely and totally goes
That's
to
something.
shit.
That's
Worst
something you say
podcast.
after the podcast, where
This
we're
is
done.
real live and uncut. I don't even know if we're gonna have to chop.
I was trying to be the next Joe Rogan, dude.
Dude, fuck Joe Rogan,
Like,
dude. Joe Rogan is a chameleon, bro.
He is.
He believes
He
whatever his guest that he has on believes.
See now, but I still watch his shit with the guests that I want to watch. Like, I don't give a shit what Joe Rogan has. Like, we all know that he plays to whoever the fuck he's talking
Right,
to. He
100%.
doesn't want to disagree with his guest, okay? He wants to have a good view. It might just be now. We're coming right out at, like, under 30 subs, and we're coming for Joe Rogan. Fuck off.
They don't want it. I think we got I think we could do it.
I think so.
Honestly, I think just alone
we could topple Joe Rogan 100%.
easily.
There ain't no
Spotify,
you know? Fuck.
Hello.
Who the fuck's Joe Rogan? Like,
I'm signing contracts, bitch. You said, what did he get? 90 million? I'm getting 100 million. Fuck you. Just to rub it in.
Yeah.
But yeah. This is awesome, though. This is a pretty decent setup. Hopefully the audio is good. We were messing around with the audio. We had some audio issues initially. We are still learning. This is a whole brand new thing for us. We were used to doing the live chats on like StreamYard through YouTube and shit on my channel.
And on my end, I literally just press a button and I'm there. And
right.
Now I'm trying to figure out how to set this shit up.
Right. And then two, again, shout out to Hypo Drake for hooking it up, but we got to figure out how to use that shit. We got to get all the right equipment. We've got a decent enough setup as it is. I just brought over the GoPro. Where'd the thing go? Where did the Pro go, dude? So we got, this is some old ass, this is what we're working with, some Hero 3 old ass technology. And but it works. It's 1080p. Dude, I'm a poet, didn't even know it, and I'm going to show it. You see that? Straight bars, super hot fire flame. But we are currently charging this. I haven't used this. I used to use this on the YouTube channel years and years and years ago. My parents got it for me for my birthday one year, and this is fucking years ago. And I got all the accoutrements and all the little things for it and shit. And I used to use it, but I run most of the channel, pretty much all the channel, off just my phone. It's a Galaxy S20. And, you know, it works for me. I do little minimal edits, if anything. You know, I have mediocre content at best, I like to say. But there's a good message there, I like to think. So tune in. Again, the Terribly Tactical channel. Link is in the description box below. But regardless, again, make sure you check the first 3 and fight for your rights. But I'm a simple man. Okay, I can tell you most things you need to know about a gun or different shit like that to an extent. Always learning. But the technology... You got me beat easily on the. I have no fucking idea. It's the scariest thing to me, dude. Like, give me a typewriter or like a quill pen, like with a goose feather hanging off that motherfucker, a little dip it in the ink and shit. I'll be all right, dude. I can still write in cursive because when I grew up, did they teach you how to write in cursive?
Yeah, I ain't never used it since. So.
No. Well, you sign your name, don't you?
Yeah, that's about it.
Works.
And even then, I don't know how to do a.
Has your signature changed over the years?
Yes.
Like how?
Like when I was in
has
school
it gotten
and shit,
more?
They tried to tell me that it was supposed to be just fucking
like perfect cursive,
and that's what I did. And I said, "Why the fuck am I doing this? It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's stupid as hell. So it's literally just first initial squiggle, last initial squiggle, and that's it.
That's my go-to. If any of y'all ever end up with a terribly that's pretentious. That a terribly tactical fucking autograph, dude. It's literally just. One of those, and then maybe a couple dots.
Leave a comment for a terribly tactical autograph.
Terribly tactical autograph in the comment section below.
We're
gonna our fans.
We're gonna autograph some targs.
This targ, the very targ that we use to help me focus on the camera for this podcast, we could auction off. What do you going right about $1 million at least?
Yeah, at least.
That's what I'm thinking.
You know,
honestly,
just to cover shipping at least.
At least, bro, because between state borders.
I mean, hey.
You know, between Illinois and Indiana, that's expensive.
If you want to make sure that it's there, it gets there. You know, now with the shipping delays and everything, might be what we got to do. You know,
no, you have to do that shit.
Yeah, we're gonna personally hire a limo to come and deliver it.
Right, we might even come deliver it ourselves.
Yeah,
you get a picture and shit. It costs extra, but
it's an extra $3 million if you wanted to. Let's deliver it ourselves.
What are we charging for pics, dude? Just a little,
dude. The pic
blurry. Doesn't matter how it looks, dude. You get
picture. You got it. We'll bring a Nokia phone for you to take a picture with.
You can play Snake and shit on it. This is the flex. We'll even let you keep the Nokia brick phone to use it as a trap phone.
But it's the only way you're gonna have that.
Put some minutes on it.
Is on that Nokia phone,
right?
You know,
there's like 17 pixels total in the whole entire fucking.
That's got to be at least 10 mil. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, for what it's worth with us, with both of us,
we just pull up with Glock 20s.
You know? You get to keep those too.
Buffalo Bore. Yeah, they wish.
Pay for $10 million.
Yeah, right. Good luck paying for the ammo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's good times. Good times indeed.
Well, if we're gonna be on this bullshit, somebody's actually gonna want a fucking autograph.
Right, and then it's gonna cause us a lot of trouble and shit. We're like, we can't let them down. This really is a pain in the dick to go through for. You know, we're asking for, we're begging, we're quite literally begging for support, and then when we actually get it, we're like, oh fuck, this is work.
Exactly.
This is fucking work.
I think at least the first 24 hours this video is live.
Right. The 24, yeah. If you
first 24 hours.
The first 24 hours you've made it this far. How far even are we? I can't even
right now. Fuck, I don't even know if there is a time on this bitch. 40 minutes in.
40 minutes in. That's nothing. Dude.
No,
we're just getting started.
If you watch this for 40
minutes straight,
within the next 24 hours.
And don't lie. If you skipped ahead, to try and get little samples and snippets, which I know a lot of you people do. I see the dashboard. I see the back pages. You're starting to see that too. You know, it's different. You know, on the Shooting the Poop podcast, again, we both obviously are part of it. We are 50-50 on that, and this is a collaborative effort, and we appreciate all y'all being here for it and taking this journey with us, and hopefully we can grow and learn and be productive together. But you can see, even with the little bit of couple of videos that we have, you know, we got the first preliminary podcast of us just hanging around, you know, whatever, shooting the shit, quite literally, shooting the poop, jamming out on the guitars, playing the same old fucking raggedy 5 Blink-182 songs that we know. I promise you, I used to be a better guitar player, and I'm still decent for like with the shit that I have memorized because it's been ingrained into my brain for fucking for fucking hours on end when I was a kid. But we should start like a whole little mini series on like or maybe every podcast we learn how to play a new song, or at least like a riff of a song or something, and we can learn and grow together. We could screen share. I don't know how could you screen share the shit on this?
I'm pretty
Could you
sure
edit it in? I'm sure you could, you know, whatever it is, but whatever it takes. But just cool different shit. You know, we're all about, so just so the people we might not have, or we might not have the same people that are watching the Terribly Tactical channel. Obviously there's going to be some of those people. Hopefully most, if not all of those people would very much so be appreciative, or appreciated. But you got to expect that we might come across some new viewership, which is awesome. Which is awesome because we could you know, dip into these other little ponds and see what the fish are working with. Shout out in the comments if you like ripping lips. And, you know, again, that used to be like my pastime in high school. It's shot in the dark. Sometimes you don't always make the hit when you shoot off muzzle flash. But you know what? The rifle is fine. I am getting older, though. You know, sometimes it needs encouragement. Gotta slap it around a little bit. But the fucking... So anyway, the fucking... where was I going with this?
I don't fucking know. I'm sober and I can't keep track of your shit.
That's just how I feel like this is how I relate to Alex Jones, bro. Because, like, he's always going a million miles a minute, and, like, so am I. To the point where, even when I am sober, I will slur my words because I'm thinking and trying to speak so fast that it just comes out as I sound like fucking Joe Biden. Other than like the completely, totally tyrannical communist part, just the incoherent rumblings and mumblings that come out of my mouth sometimes. But I digress. I have a tendency to do that. So I speaking to the music and shit, which I don't know if we were actually speaking to the music, but this is something I wanted to ask you. This is one of the topics that because it's a podcast, you got to have topics, and we've covered a lot so far. But with the music shit, recently you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 guitar. Oh, technically, is the uke considered It's part of the guitar family, right? The ukulele, right? Same thing with like a banjo.
Yes.
And
I still need a banjo.
Yes, you get to walk around and tell people they got purty mouths and shit with a banjo, and no, who's gonna say some shit? You got a purty mouth, boy. What are you gonna say to that? What do you say to that?
Yes.
What?
Yes, I do.
What?
Like that's all.
Sus,
like,
dude. What? Sus, dude. Why would you want another man appreciating the purtiness of your mouth?
I mean,
you ever had a cock meat sandwich, Scales?
No.
That's what's coming next.
I mean,
not for me, but by the dude that's
not necessarily. Like maybe it's just a compliment, bro.
Put some fucking Blistex on and get back to the fucking pot. What are you doing? He's a mouth model and shit all of a sudden. Get the fuck out of here. It's ridiculous. All of a sudden we start getting lipstick sponsorships. They hit up the Shooting the Poop podcast at gmail.com. Yes. For any people that are out there that do support us or want to support us or help us out, you can definitely get into contact with either one of us, if not both of us, at the same damn time through the Shooting the Poop podcast at gmail.com, as well as Shooting the Poop on Instagram. Do we have a Twitter yet? I feel like we should get into the Twitter space.
I don't be working the twits.
I know, me neither, really. I mean, I have one, and I'm somewhat successful on it, I would argue.
Shooting the Poop on the Instagram.
Shooting the Poops, at Shooting the Poop.
At Shooting the Poop.
Does it matter if it's like uppercase or lowercase?
No caps.
No caps.
No caps.
Literally no caps. I'm wearing one right now, but our Instagram page does not have one, and it's lit as fuck. Boy, you better get a match. So, God, I could be like a hypebeast. I need like a chain and like
Need
some
the
drippy
Versace
ass
jacket.
fucking Bape hoodies and shit. Zip them all the way up like we used to in 7th grade and shit. I did have real Bape hoodies in 7th grade. Saved up a lot of money for that. Shit's expensive. I was deep in the undergrounds at that age. Deep in the undergrounds, dude, making it
in
happen.
7th grade, I was saving up for a pellet gun.
Yeah. Well, I've been had those. I was shooting fucking real guns since I was.
I didn't have that kind of support as a child.
Well, I don't think you have that kind of support now.
No, I don't.
He is my child.
Supporting myself and shit.
Yeah, right. All in IENDEE or whatever the fuck, however you spell independent. Speaking of independent, shout out Independent Trucks. I used to skateboard. I was a skater boy. She said, "See you later, boy." I haven't been the same since. But back when I did skate, dude, shout out Gordy's Skate Shop too in Michigan. They used to sponsor me. Fucking tray flipping down the 9 stair and shit. I got bad ankles now to this day because of skateboarding. I've never broken a bone in my body that I know of, but from skateboarding, like I've rolled and sprained my ankles so many fucking times that literally, if it rains out, like I might just randomly fall over. But yeah, shout out to Independent Trucks, dude.
So I tried
And
skateboarding.
DC shoes and the
BMX
fucking
and all that shit.
Spitfire bearing, or not Spitfire bearings, the fucking or maybe it is Spitfire bearings. Yeah, I think it is Spitfire. World Industries, bro. You remember the World Industries decks? Now it's like some cheesy Walmart shit, but World Industries back in the day, dude, that used to be the fucking shit. Dude, I loved it, bro. I used to be all about it.
I couldn't.
You couldn't?
No, I could never.
Were you more of a fruit booter? Did you fruit boot?
Fuck. Once I broke my wrist doing so.
Fruit booting?
Yeah, once.
Like an actual like.
Wonder Attack.
What the fuck was that? That
Wonder
was
Attack.
Like that legitimately. There might be a ghost or some shit over there. This was well. The ghostest with the mostest. But yeah.
No, I did once.
So you busted your shit. You busted your shit fruit
Then
booting.
not realizing my fucking left foot hit the pyramid at the park. And I went straight down, caught myself this way, goodbye wrist.
Was it like one of the really bad ones where like the shit was sticking out?
No,
was
it
just
wasn't
like,
that bad. It was just fucked.
Because like again.
Like this before I even had a cell phone and shit, so I literally had to go up to somebody else. Like, can I borrow your phone? Call my mom real quick.
I had to do it with the wrong. It was your right hand. Had to do it with the wrong hand and shit. You were used to it. You were trembling and shit, all scared and shit.
I fractured this wrist once, broke it once, fractured this
That
wrist.
was, the first time was from beating your little dick too hard, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
But
I've been there. We all
cracked like 3 ribs trying to fucking do a wheelie on my bike.
BMXing hard as hell.
I was trying to like figure out how to do it sitting still and shit. Problem was like my bike was beat to shit. I didn't have no grips on my shit. It was just straight metal bars in the middle of July. And so while I'm pulling up,
hit him with that bar spin, son.
This hand slipped. This hand still pulling back. Whole wheel fucking.
Did you have the fucking gyro, bro?
Yeah.
You gotta have the gyro, otherwise you can't do that bar spin shit.
Actually, I just didn't have any fucking brakes mounted on that. It was
the
foot brakes and shit. Yeah, the pedal brakes
on the front tire.
No, I had the pedal brakes.
Well, you could do the fucking. You had the ped brakes where you go back on them.
Yeah, you go back on them. Yeah, that's what I had.
Is that a fucking? Was it the actual BMX? I had a mongoose.
It was a Huffy.
I had a Huffy, boy, the Huffies and shit. I had a Huffy and a mongoose. I actually had a black and toxic green. No, it was a GT.
I had the mongoose. I had the Haro too. I had the Haro.
Yes, I had a Haro. Yes, I played Dave Mirra on PlayStation. I think it was 1 or 2 at the time, and because I was skateboarding, and I also dabbled in the fruit booting just to see if I could do it, and then the BMX. I was all about it. Like I wanted to be the all-star X gamer. Like, I just wanted to compete in every category and just win and shit. Snowboarding and shit. I had the Shaun White shit and fucking all that. But skateboarding was my main passion. But I did fuck with the BMX, and I do fuck with, like, the off-road bike. Like, the shit that when these motherfuckers are jumping off mountains, the side of mountains and shit. The fucking path is this narrow, and if you fuck it up, you die. Yeah. You just die. Like, those dudes should be wearing parachutes.
Yes.
Like, on a lot of those trails. That shit blows my mind.
No, but I fucking hand slipped, front wheel started spinning, I went down. Handlebar stuck into the ground, straight into my fucking chest. I landed flat on that bitch and just fucking, yeah. Luckily, it didn't completely break my rib cage, and I bounced off into the side, and
very
blacked out on the ground.
Pussy.
Came to, because it was right outside at the fucking park.
In public, you're probably not allowed back then.
At the park, and And my school, it was right outside the baseball fields over there. My school was having a baseball game there. So I'd come to with every single kid from my school surrounding my fucking gym teachers,
really
got my
awkward when
shirt
you
up
say it
and
like
shit. Fucking, it was fucked up. It was fucked up.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
I have a similar
And again,
experience.
I had to borrow somebody's phone to call my mom to come and pick my ass up.
Gotta get you a phone.
I know. It's a problem.
But I had a similar experience when I was younger on a 3-wheeler, a Honda 3-wheeler. It was a 185. There might have been a 120. But either way, it was too big of a bike for my ass, being fucking 5 or 7 years old or whatever the hell it was. And we're up on the prop, and we're scooting around, and I'm chasing my dad. You know, of course my dad's, being a cool dad. Shit, he's popping wheelies, and he's fucking doing this and doing that, going off the trail. And I'm just a little ass kid. And bear in mind, I'm a little ass kid that's capable of driving an ATV, riding an ATV, operating an ATV. But because I also wanted to be cool and impress my dad, I tried doing wheelies and shit. And this thing is big. I'm like maybe 60 pounds. And I'm trying to pop this bitch up. And I got it up a little bit. Story of my life. But we're going down this trail on our prop, and it's like a ravine. It's almost like a half pipe, speaking to the skateboarding. And like there's like shit, there's like almost berms on both sides, but it's like perfectly like curved and shit. And so I pop it up, and then it comes down, and I lose control, and I veer off. And so I go up one side, I yank it back, up the other side, yank it back, up this side, and it was too steep, and it just went up and fell back on me. And the same thing, handlebars. It's from the 80s. It's a Honda 3-wheeler from the 80s. It was exposed on the end. We still had the grips, but it was exposed and jagged. It was like Mick Jagger on the end of that motherfucker. And that way, I still got a scar to this day, like right by the ribs, where I actually like cut in and removed like a piece of the flesh.
So I got a perfect circle, like a cookie cutter, right into my fucking chest right here. It's fucked up.
Yeah. Like a hole punch.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
That would have been fucked.
But it's like that big.
How deep did it go in?
Not very, luckily.
Yeah.
I wasn't as fat at that point. So at that point, I wasn't much skin before it just hit the ribs and deflected me.
Yeah, but still, I bet you got the wind knocked out of you like a
yeah. Well, like I said, and then I hit the ground and fucking I hit my head hard in the ground, blacked out.
It's surprising you didn't hurt the ground.
I know.
That thick ass skull.
I know. I got a hard ass head, but
who does? He really does.
I really do.
Like it's OSHA approved.
Got hit in the head with a baseball bat a couple too many times. But
that's what this permanent lump is from.
No, actually, that's from when I cracked my head open on the coffee table.
Doing what?
When I was like 3.
Backflips and shit? Doing ninja shit? Should have had these little mother grabs.
That
almost came out and worked against us, right?
Jumping on the couch and shit with my cousin, and just, of course, mom then tells you, okay, stop jumping on the couch.
Yeah,
you got to do it exactly.
One more time.
You got to do it one more time. Just one more, and I fell and literally cracked my skull.
Got so pitted.
Yeah,
I got a similar thing. Same thing. We were on the prop in the camper. And it's like it looks like I'm one of those douchebags that puts the slit in his eyebrows, but like it's just a scar. Because the same thing, I was jumping on the bed in the camper, was told not to do it. I went to jump off the bed and do like some, look what I can do, fucking 360 shit or whatever the fuck, and smacked my shit clean on the edge of a cabinet. It was a smaller camper. It was just mom and dad and me, and like. And it was a young little kid, and fucking smacked my shit clean, and it was split the fuck open. We had fucking butterflies, which, explain that to me, butterfly bandages. Because it's like a stitch that's not really a stitch, but I understand it pulls it together with the tension and shit. But, like, overall, I feel like it's a subpar weak design. Like, I don't think that's emergency use. Like, you're not just putting some butterfly stitches on there. Like, either way, my shit was leaking, and I still, to this day, got a scar. It's on one of these fucking eyebrows. Maybe we'll do an exclusive up close. Nobody's gonna want to see that.
No,
but
nobody.
I do have it. It's like right over my eyebrow and shit. Because I jumped up. I was doing some shit. I was like doing some spinny, flippy shit, and I turned right around. Thought I was gonna be cool in front of my mom or whatever. And just and then I was crying like a bitch. Crying like a bitch.
It almost makes me think that like there might be a reason they told us not to do that.
You would think so, but sometimes you have to learn the hard way. That's the thing you don't learn.
That's the problem. Learn the hard way.
That's the problem with today's society.
They don't want
to learn there are no repercussions to their actions, bro. They didn't go outside and play. They didn't drink outside of the water hose. They were fucking inside doing one of these fucking things all day.
Repercussions for drinking from the water hose, dude? There's none.
No,
It's the best
I
water
think
you
we
ever
turned
had.
out great. I
It's
mean,
the best
contrary
water
to
you've ever had.
popular belief, you know, I mean,
It's the best water you ever had when you're fucking 5, 6, 7 years old outside in the middle of
fucking
summer.
170 degrees outside. You weren't even allowed to come in the house.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Your fucking
couldn't
mom
even
then told you,
you
don't open that goddamn door no more. You're letting the AC out.
Right.
Just
God
don't do
forbid
that
you
shit.
open the freezer to get a fucking popsicle or a little Flintstones fucking push pop or some shit. It was game over, dude.
Let that shit
Game
open for
over.
3 seconds too long while you're
Game
trying
over.
to figure out which one
You
want
pay
to
the
turn
bills
on.
in this house.
It don't work out.
Get a job. You're like 8.5, and it's not China.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a problem.
Right.
But it all worked out.
Yeah.
It all worked out.
Perfectly contributing members of society,
Exactly.
I would argue.
100%. There's nothing wrong with either of us.
Yeah.
Perfectly sane.
For sure. But yeah, tune in for
Which
more.
is why the fuck we're here.
right now, dude. This video gets 0 views. We still come back next week.
We would though.
100%. We don't give a fuck. We're having fun.
Fuck
we
the
hope
views.
you are too.
Fuck the views.
Fuck the views. We don't even care about the views or the monetization.
But still watch our videos.
Right.
And subscribe.
Right. We're just lying and shit. We totally want your money.
All
of this Raid Shadow Legends. Unlock the specific fucking tactical scales lizard dragon in the fucking terribly tactical fucking jammed ass 1911 this summer on Raid Shadow Legends. Just kidding, 1911s don't jam. You guys have weak wrists.
Or they bought a Springfield.
Yeah, or you bought a Socialist Armory. If you own a Socialist Armory XD of any, most likely it's a 40 cal, but in any caliber, you're wrong. As dick cancer, you need to reevaluate your entire existence. Go back to the drawing board. Buy yourself like a Glock or a Smith & Wesson MP, maybe an H&K of some variety, something a 1911. Goddammit. You know, I mean, it's 45. They don't make a 46. It's a half-inch hole before it ever even expands. You know, you could literally fight with ball ammunition. Definitely saves you some money, especially in today's day and age.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, speaking about that, going on, let's talk. Here's another topic for our podcast. How long do you think, if nothing else crazy happens, which we know is gonna probably happening literally as we speak, till shit normalizes in the freedom community, the gear community, the gun community? Because have you seen, obviously, the gun community, the ammo, all that shit, guns, ammo, have been extremely hard to get in the past 2 years between the scamdemic, the mostly peaceful protests, and the completely and totally fair, non-rigged elections. When is that? We saw this with Sandy Hook. We saw this with the Vegas thing. We saw that every time some crazy shit happens, agendas are pushed, and mass media indoctrination across the board. You know, people, even some people that have been voting for gun control their entire lives, when their city started to get burned down, they're like, hey, maybe I'd like to have a gun to defend myself and my property, which I invested all this money in, worked my entire life to afford and have for me and my family, and these crazy, miscreant, nefarious Nancys will just take it from you at the drop of a hat, and they won't blink an eye. So, you know, maybe having a good handgun laying around, a good rifle, a good shotgun, knowing how to use it, some beans, bullets, some band-aids, the lights might go out, folks. You know? How many people do you honestly think, like, what do you think the normal loadout for a standard issue mil-spec house in America, just across the board, everybody, right? Not just people like us or, you know, whatever. And then, you know, people like just preparedness-minded, EDC, freedom-loving, you know, prepared patriots. And the patriotism thing, that's an own discussion in and of itself, because it's what are you standing for? Like, the patriotism is, you know, standing for the nation, the love of country, all that stuff. But how could you love this country with what's going on? It's more of the love of what this country was and what it's supposed to be, and trying to get back to that. And again, it's just complete and total freedom. We want you to be gay and smoke crack and whatever the fuck all you want, but just leave us alone when we want to fucking go to church and have our guns and fucking do whatever, or whatever the fuck, whatever it may be. We don't care. Why do you? So, I'm digressing even more. But fucking as far as that goes, how do you think, like, we got Jif peanut butter right there that could last us at least 5 hours between the two. There's 2 full ginormous cans of Jif peanut butter. But if we were really hungry, me and Scales a can each, right then and there. Could you imagine what the poops would look like on that podcast? Quite fierce, I'd argue.
Yeah, probably. There's a lot of oil in there.
Well, like how many people in today's day and age, think about it, between the Uber Eats and the fucking scamdemic, you can't go anywhere anyway. Yep. Everybody's so used to ordering shit from home and doing this, that, and the third, disconnected from society, disconnected from reality, disconnected from human contact. If people are even afraid to answer their own doors, they'll wait till people walk away. They'll go check it on the Ring camera, like, which I understand because people are crazy in today's day and age, and most likely it's some fucking gangbangers that are dressing up as the FedEx dude, and then they're breaking in your door in the back while you're opening up the front to see who it is. So keep that motherfucking thing on you. Stay strapped or get clapped. But those, I should get paid for the ad libs. Honestly, I can make a killing off of WorldStarHipHop.com most likely. But again, digressing. Yeah. I'm getting really good at looking at the camera.
You've gone to like 6 different topics so far.
I feel like we're covering them equally. We're circling back. We're like Jen Psaki. We're circling back.
And I need to another question, to another question, to another question, to a topic, to another question. Never answering the questions.
You got to string them along. This is how we get the views. They're going to come back wondering.
The thing is, I'm here wondering what the fuck you're talking about.
Me too, honestly. When you think about it,
like I'm just like, it's like you come up with like I'll see where the question is leading to, and I'll start thinking about the answer and everything, and then you'll come up and just completely veer off to another question entirely. Now I got to think about this answer. It's probably
and never answer the
and
original
nothing's
answer.
Ever answered.
This is the foundation that we're building upon going forward, people.
We're gonna try to progress and make.
We're trying to progress.
We're gonna try to make this better for all of you.
Passively progressing, little by little, baby steps, people. I think honestly, with at least with the availability of them being to pause and rewind later on, this being previously recorded or even live, you could do the same. They could gather what's going on. They could come to their own conclusions, which is again, you got homework, motherfuckers. But again, coming to your own conclusions is what we are striving here for, because we want you, at the end of the day, to think for yourself. Again, it's not. You don't have to believe what we believe. You don't have to agree with us just to be in the cool kids club. Because trust me, we are not ourselves. But if we can get you to at least second guess something, reevaluate something, do your own research, not just ingest the headlines you're being spoon-fed and take it for face value. Because everything is skewed. Everything has an agenda. And it's coming from both the right and the left. People will sit here and suck Trump's dick and take a bullet for this dude. Swears he's the most Second Amendment president we've ever had. He's this and the other. Banned bump stocks, suppressors. I don't like them at all. I'm in favor of taking the guns first, and then you get the due process red flag laws, which now we have in more than 18 states. I think the number is even growing since then. We got a bunch of new bullshit. We're specifically out of Illinois. The Chiracs, the Illinois, the Chicangos, as it were, the old urban concrete jungle. We're behind enemy lines as far as the communism and tyrannical efforts are going. You know, they're running rampant in the streets with their tyranny, and we are trying to combat that the best we can and deal with it and live with that. And a lot of you guys out there in more free states cannot even understand. We can't have fucking any type of class 3 shit other than SBRs, but only if we have our CNRs. You know, the SOT shit is hard to get, but it's hard to get anywhere, I guess, and they're clamping down more on that shit. I was watching the T-Rex Arms video about how they got theirs. And you know, you used to be able to just get it. Yeah. But now, like they got all these different stipulations, and all of these rules. Every single gun law is an infringement. People, bear in mind you that. So any gun law that's on the books, no matter how much good or little good it does, no matter if it saved a life or millions of lives, it is unconstitutional and tyrannical for it to be in place. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That means it's completely open-ended. There's no bearings or bounds to that right. Tanks, helicopters, fighter jets, RPGs, full autos, suppressed, short-barreled, whatever the fuck, no serial number, like that's what it's about. Because the bad guys are going to get that shit regardless. The only thing that laws do are make it more difficult for the law-abiding to exercise their rights and live freely here in this country. That's literally all they do, because us law-abiding citizens are the only ones paying fuck attention to them. Because by definition, bear in mind you this, Now, this is a crazy concept. You ever think of this? Criminals, literally look it up in the Webster. Maybe we can pull it up in a separate screen and post. Do not obey the law. Being a criminal, right? So it's almost counterintuitive, one would argue, to have these laws if the bad guys you're having these laws in place for are not listening to them to begin with. At least make the playing field equal for us all. Because every time that has been done and accomplished, crime goes down. Because when that little old lady pulls out a fucking 38 snub and sticks it in this dude's mouth that's trying to rob a purse, next time he thinks twice. Or maybe he doesn't have the luxury of the next time.
There's no next time.
And he's just fucking stand your ground law, fucking brains all up on the sidewalk and shit in front of the 7-Eleven and Flow Rider. So, shout out to the Flow Riders. That's where the fam went out. Got the fam out in the Flow Rides. Yeah. Shout out to S.T.P.P. Never gonna see this. Maybe. Who knows? Hopefully not.
Probably not.
What in the Sam hell, you goddamn kids, I swear to God. They move back. They're like, this is bullshit.
They move back just to keep this from happening in this house.
Right. Big money moves, though. People are coming through. Hopefully, and no promises on the time frames, but for real, we are working on Shooting the Poop podcast merch. For sure, we can get the stickers accomplished. There's going to be obviously wide varieties of such, but probably the first one that comes out would be the logo, which I am very proud of. Huge shout out to Cheyenne, Scales Beyonce. Awesome. Perfect. The artwork for the logo, Shooting the Poop podcast, literally the kernels of corn. And the detail, the shading on the kernels of corn mixed into the poop that we are in theory shooting here on this podcast.
We
impeccable.
We just need to figure out how we're going to actually shoot the poop at some point.
It's going to get demonetized.
100%.
We're going to need some Patreon support. 100%. PayPal links in the description box below.
But
we might get banned for shooting miscreants. Or whatever they call it.
Though.
We could go to a farm. We could go to Whistling Diesel's farm and shoot some cow turds or some shit. When we make it there, we'll have him on. And this is the thing too. If you are local, you're a friend of the channel, we know you personally, or you're chill enough, you've been around, whatever. Where the fuck? Speaking of which, where the fuck is what's his face? Isn't Barry Sus? What's his? He's Jimmy or he's fucking. I don't Barry Sus. Where the fuck? Where the fuck are you, Barry, dude?
Gone, dude?
That's what I'm thinking. It's either Noodles or it's fucking Salvatore Big Puss Pensiero, which is also fucking Paulie Gutierrez and fucking who the fuck else? He's all else. A little bit of gabagoo.
It might be Noodles.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Honestly, he's got enough time on his hands, it appears.
Yeah.
Shout out to Noodles, though. Shout out to Nudes. I've still never... Fuck, I keep forgetting to watch that video that he called me out on. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't. I didn't even... Actually, no, I did go back and I watched the video. I assumed it was the one about the 1911, right?
I don't know.
But you were never mentioned in it. Like, that was the most recent vid.
It literally said Terribly Tactical gets called out or something in the video. We might have to pull this up for reference. I still, honestly, Noodles, I love you to death. And I appreciate you for being with me from damn near the beginning. Over on the Terribly Tactical channel, make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you don't miss a video. I'm constantly uploading content, as will we be here on the Shooting the Poop podcast. Both, again, individual content from me, as well as Scales, as well as collaborative content, like share, comment, subscribe. That's the C channel. This is the P channel. I got the A channel, the B channel. Technically, we don't have a B channel. Yeah, we've got several B channels that we've discussed previously in the past.
Okay, here. Do you want to watch the...
Are we gonna get? We're probably gonna get copyright stricken.
What we can do is,
what could we do? So, we just got done watching for the first time ever, and I apologize. Noodles, this is nothing personal. I just honestly,
entirely personal.
No, it's not. It's not. I love Noodles. Shout out to Noodles, dude. Awesome, dude. And I appreciate the shout out on the video. And again, this is the first time I've ever seen it live in the flesh, even though this is pre-recorded. Calling out, saying. He built an AR, right? Well, false, for one. You assembled an AR. You didn't fucking bend the metal. You didn't fucking mill out the receiver. You didn't drill a third pinhole because you're a puss. And but you assemble AR-15s. You don't build AR-15s. Everybody, that's the common use term, right? Build. We're building AR-15s. It's the same thing as building shit with Legos. You're putting the pieces together. They're already made. You didn't manufacture anything. to truly build an AK-47 or build an AK-47 or 74 variant of any variety, you damn near have to be a blacksmith. That being said, the 3D printing technology alone, we could go boop and print out a Plastikov like that. Now, of course, it may not be as reliable as your assembled AR-15 from parts that you would not have if you couldn't legally buy them over the counter unless you had a 3D printer, which again, everybody, I do truly advise you to buy a 3D printer. Even if you're not into the gun thing, it's a super cool hobby. You can make a bunch of cool shit. You can even turn it into a business, make an Etsy store and sell shit, all types of cool shit, whatever the fuck, sensory slugs. How much does a sensory slug sell for?
I've seen them selling for like $40.
$40 for a sensory slug. How long did it take you to print the Cheyenne?
8 hours.
8 hours. $40 in 8 hours. You're also at work doing other shit. You're podcasting on the side. You're whatever. Multiple streams of income. Make it work for yourself. In 2022, make it your year. Okay, we're trying to make it our year. I think it's every year is our year because no matter what, we don't give a fuck.
No.
Okay, we're having a good time. We're having a great time. We're trying to improve ourselves and our positions in lives, but also encourage y'all to do the same. So please join us on this journey. But back to the building the AK thing. You can get receivers that are already bent. You're going to have to rivet that bitch. You don't have to rivet nothing. You pop, boop, on an AR, you just pop a little pin, right? You just pop a little pin. It's almost like tossing a grenade. It's the first step. You pop the pin, right? But that's all you do. You're assembling ARs. You're not building ARs. You build AK. There's no such thing as assembling an AK. There's not. You want to know why? Because the AK has heart, has soul, has character. Each one is unique. And even if shoddily put together, which we've seen on the fucking the Ian Forgotten Weapons with the shit that he then gave to fucking Brandon Herrera's ass and that little Krinkov shit that he fixed up, that is still a functional gun. As disgusting and shoddily built as it was, it'll still go bang, right? We see the fucking Somalian pirates with all types of rusted ass, got coat hanger wire stocks and shovel stocks and all types of crazy different shit. You can cobble one together, and once you do, that motherfucker runs. If you did it even an eighth of the way right, they're very, very tolerant guns. They're very reliable guns, but you don't build ARs unless you are a major manufacturer. You're forging. Your Wilson Combat, you got the high-end $1 million CNC machines, and you're cutting out the aluminum. You're not building shit. You're buying pre-made pieces and assembling them. Building AKs is way different. There is no such thing as assembling AKs. So, I, by all means, because this is something I've been meaning to do for a while, is I want to build an AK of some variety. Whether it's like the Apex parts kit that I put together, or it's a 3D printed Plastikov, which is perfectly capable in and of itself, and might even be cooler in theory for the fact that I could just make it on my own with no paperwork. I suppose you could do that the same if you got 80% blanks, but it requires a lot more tooling to do it with the actual metal. Of course, much preferable for an actual firearm, but I could just print a bunch of different Plastikovs in whatever color that I wanted, as many times as I wanted, and customize the files. So the technology today is almost limitless. You just have to know how to utilize it and have the time and the patience to learn it, which I am trying. But you don't build ARs. You assemble ARs. You build AKs. So it's really an apple and oranges thing that you're saying, Noodles. I appreciate it. I love you. But that you can't even... We're going to do it. I'll build a fucking AK. A Plastikov or a fucking real one. Actually, shout out to Drew. Access to Freedom, ATF, and also Access to Freedom is almost counterintuitive and completely counterintuitive and the antithesis of the ATF in and of themselves because they are a tyrannical organization that has no right to exist. But if you check him out, I don't know if he's got any content on it or any content at all, but shout out to Drew with Access to Freedom. He is currently or already has built an actual AK. You can get parts kits from a wide variety of places. Shout out Apex Parts Kits. They're the ones who back in the day did the collaboration with the Polinar Tactical Channel and I.S.R.A to build that AK from Bulgaria that I actually won, which was fucking crazy. If you're not subscribed to the Polinar Tactical Channel or I.S.R.A, they're on Instagram, I believe Twitter, Facebook, everywhere, YouTube, probably other places, Twitch, different stuff. Definitely check them out for sure. But just crazy shit. There's so much crazy shit that you can do. And ever since having a 3D printer, like, tell me, did you ever think that half this shit was possible?
Fuck no.
Right. By just pushing a button or playing around with a little computer.
I'm still amazed by this little fucking piece I got right here on my mic. Little adapter mount.
Show the people what you did.
With our mic, and I don't know if this is going to fuck up the audio or not. But you can see normal tripod to a hot shoe mount that I have on the mic itself. And just little fucking adapter that took a half an hour to print. Would have taken me days to get in from Amazon, wherever the fuck else. But I got the shit done with just a 3D printer. Looks like shit, because my printer was fucked up at that point in time.
But it works. Form over function. That's why you buy and carry and own Glock pistols, because they work. They're not the prettiest thing. They're not the most well-made thing. They're not the most accurate thing. They got not the best trigger, the whatever. But every time you put your booger hook around the bang switch, that motherfucker gets loud, and that's the point. So, and it all leads back to the whole prepper mentality, self-sufficient, self-sustaining, being able to do it for yourself. We can show the people. You want to show the people?
The Dwayne.
The Dwayne Johnson. This is...
Of all things, if you need a 3D printer, this should be why. Right here, if we can get this to focus properly. Come on.
It's not focusing, bro. Oh, there we go. Look at the veins.
Focus on the Dwayne.
Look at the texture in the veins, dude.
Johnson.
The main vein. The main
unlimited
vein
possibilities.
Unlimited possibility. You could literally, in your home tonight, in your room, in your basement, in the attic, right in the living room, maybe the front room or the kitchen countertop, you can print yourself.
Maybe you're stuck in a closet.
A Dwayne. You haven't come out yet. Dwayne the Cock Johnson.
It's a possibility.
That's a great way to come out with the Dwayne the Cock
Dwayne.
Johnson. Tell your family.
Yeah.
but just the freedom that it gives you, because the whole thing of it, there's a lot of files, there's the whole thing out there. FMDA, free men do not ask permission, and that is the truest thing, because if you are asking permission, that means there's a power above you that delegates and relegates the freedoms and permissions and the rights that you have. If somebody else can tell you what the fuck you can and cannot do, you are not free. So, that being said, in today's day and age, look at the lack of freedom that we have, that we maintain. Look at all the freedoms that we've given up between the scamdemic, the mostly peaceful protesting, and the completely and totally fair, non-rigged election. People, not to be abrasive or blunt or in your face about it, but at the end of the day, the Second Amendment is there for tyrannical governments, which I would argue ours has been for some time now. January 6th was nothing in the grand scheme of things. Nothing at all. That was merely a tour. That was a virtual tour of a building that we fucking paid for, in my opinion. Radical. We're so radical. We're so radical, dude. We should, saying that, we should get a radical firearm sponsorship. If you guys want to send us a bunch of RF-15s, we could do budget blaster builds. We do all types of stuff. You guys send us that straight Gucci shit that you only reserve for law enforcement, that you won't sell to civilians. That's kind of weird, I think. But we'll see. Maybe it's better. I don't think your guns are bad. It's not very radical. Oh, tubular. It's not very radical indeed. But your civilian guns are okay. They could be better, for sure. I'd like to see what that law enforcement side of the house is working with. But you should throw a couple of...
I almost just dropped.
We're going to step up. You got sandals and flip-flops and shit on, dude. I got real shoes. I got the solves, dude. You might get fucked up. But yeah.
Are we ever going to get back to those questions that were asked 5
what
times? I don't know what questions, because you never finished them.
At this time, too, yeah, I honestly...
Can't even remember.
So I do remember the one question, going way back to the beginning of the podcast, is what, so you've got the guitars, the amps, the picks, the drums, the whatevs. Is this a new thing for you? Is it something you've been interested in for a while? If so, at what point in your life did you like music? Were you interested in it? Were you interested in guitars? What gave you recently the aspirations to get into it or to pick it up?
So, when I was younger, when I still had a dad somewhat, he played guitar.
I'm adopted, I have no idea.
When he had a guitar, he played guitar. He had a couple guitars, actually. And he also had a violin, which was weird for him. But He played guitar quite regularly. He actually bought me a guitar and an amp back in the day.
Do you remember what kind?
It was a Gibson style first act fucking whatever.
So similar to...
Yeah. No. Wait. No, that was the one that he had. I think he had an Epiphone actually, similar to that, but his was black. The one that he gave me, I think it was a Fender knockoff. Is what it was. It was but
which
is
not even a knockoff.
It had a green. It had a green body on it. It was
Seafoam
cool.
green.
No, it was like
the best. Seafoam green.
It was like a dark.
It
was like a dark green. Okay. But
little forest green. Shout out to Forest Mommy.
But he never showed me shit on how to play it, so he only was somewhat of a dad. And so it literally just sat there with the amp. Occasionally I'd plug it in and I just whatever the fuck, you know, but I wouldn't know how to do anything with it. Then beyond that, like I hadn't really touched anything. I think when I was like 16, 17, I thought about it again. And like at that point I had sold
did you ever
that
have the urge to like start a garage band?
No.
I did. But and I was successful halfway at least. Shout out to Half Past Never. Came up with the name. The album cover, it was a clock face with no hands on it. It's very emo, pop punk, but we made it happen.
But no, then he left for good at that point, and I had his guitars, and I thought about doing that because he had his Epiphone black, and then 12-string acoustic.
Again, why is it here on this channel? Why is it got to be
what?
Why is it got to be black?
It's what it was. It's facts. Okay, only the truth. No caps, except for his. But
always got one.
And then the 12-string acoustic, and I thought about
those
it for a little
sweet.
while
those are
to
or
12.
So you ever seen a 12-string electric? I hate to keep cutting.
I have.
They're sweet. My buddy's dad had one, and he let me play it one time, and like the sound is similar but different. It's more intense because you have twice the string, right? Yeah. So it's more harmonizing, if that makes sense.
I never actually played it because I couldn't at that point tune a 6-string guitar, let alone 12 fucking strings. I just was not one time. So even with an electric tuner, it was not happening. But I ended up just selling those off, saying "fuck it," right? I gave up on them.
What'd you get for
I got
the guitars?
Like $150 a piece at a garage sale.
Yeah, three guitars you got?
Two.
So
I'd already sold my old one before that, but yeah. And then just a few months ago, while Stevie was clearing everything out the garage, the basement, and everything like that, apparently they brought up Anne's guitar,
the
acoustic sitting there.
You might want to grab it for reference.
And so I just saw that leaning up against the wall in the house. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna grab this motherfucker.
Grabbed it.
And I'm just gonna try something. I'm gonna try to learn some shit. And I think that was the day that I learned.
What? Dude, no pick, by the way. This is more talent included.
But that day, I did have picks, because that's the night that I cut a bunch of picks out of an old Amazon gift card.
Improvised
I was playing that, which was a little trick that my dad, one of very, very few things my dad ever taught me.
This is not only a podcast, it's a therapy session.
Yes, exactly. But it fucking works. The Amazon gift card, bro. So he used to use the...
Or any credit card or gift card.
He used to use the tops to, like, country crock containers. You know, that's what he'd be using.
That's innovation because people that reuse country crock containers, which that's some I don't believe it's not butter type of shit.
Yeah.
It's not real butter.
No, it's margarine.
Which, what technically is the difference? This is a tangent in and of its own. But, like, what is the difference between it? Leave it in the comment section below if you know the difference. If you've even made it this far. But if you know the difference between butter and margarine. Because I'm still... The same thing. Mayonnaise and Cool Whip. Or what? Mayonnaise is clearly superior. Miracle Whip, not Cool Whip.
Right. Cool Whip. Mayonnaise are nothing like
Cool Whip. Extra stewy and shit.
Whip.
Right. Wheat thins. With the fucking Miracle Whip, right? So one is like more eggs, less eggs, no eggs, spoiled eggs. Mayonnaise is master race. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what.
Nope.
There was once upon a time, folks, that I thought he was actually my son. I thought I raised him well. If you can't have a fucking turkey and fucking smoked bacon Gouda, fucking mustard and mayonnaise sandwich, bro, on some tomato basil bread, like a bacon turkey Bravo in this bitch, bro, you have not lived. once. What is it about the? Is it the texture? Is it the way that it looks? Is it the fact that it's white?
The taste of it. I don't like it.
What do you mean the
I
taste?
don't like it.
Mayonnaise. Have you ever dipped fries in mayonnaise? That's a French thing.
I won't go
And
anywhere
it's a
near
fat
the
fuck thing. But French fries and mayonnaise, it might be master race. You mix it in with a little bit of fucking zest from the must.
Alright, fuck your mayonnaise shit.
What?
You white ass motherfucker.
What?
Back to the story though.
Fucking
So,
undercover
literally,
brother, he's got the watch with the hot sauce
White
deployment
ass
in there. When he has to eat the mayonnaise.
But I literally picked that up the one night, and I said I was gonna learn to play that shit, and I was gonna try. And literally the next day, I went to the guitar cent, and I said, "Fuck that shit." And I got the Epiphone and the little Fender Champion 20 amp.
Which earlier,
that up.
Earlier
I thought
almost
died,
broke down
died.
emotionally.
It was not that bad.
I was a little concerned for you.
close.
Honestly, I was a little.
No. I was almost
worried.
pissed off.
I was worried because you
going
did
to-
seem. Because I don't know what had happened,
I still don't know what the fuck happened.
but you got to explain the situation. You got to plugged into a fucking
my two amps, my two Fender amps, my bass amp, and my fucking Champion 20 that I got sitting there, both plugged into the outlet. Okay, one, got the other two.
This is fucking dental floss. Bro. Why is there dental floss?
Sometimes you gotta be flossing, dude. Okay,
I suppose he does have a Versace jacket right there in the black and toxic green. So,
but
I understand it.
And I played the bass amp for a minute. Played with the bass for a minute. And I shut that off. And I flipped on the regular amp for the guitar. I plugged that in instead of playing with the little mini amp. I wanted to check it out, see if I can replicate the noise.
Let's show the people the mini amp. They haven't. We're talking about the mini amp. This is my first amp. I got an Ibanez Stage Star as my first guitar, which from our research is an actual Ibanez guitar. It's not like a Squier, Fender, fucking whatever. It's like an actual Ibanez line. It's more of the inexpensive line. It's not anything crazy it's not the Ibanez bitch, which I forget who plays that in an actual like serious professional band that everybody loves. But somebody from that plays the Ibanez bitch or did. But Ibanez, Fender is kind of like Ford and Chevy type of thing. I'm more of a Fender guy, but the Ibanez's are sick. But this is a Fender Mini Twin, limited edition, silver face. And to bring it up a little bit closer, you got the different face. It's got blue, greenish tints. The actual the lettering where it says Mini Twin is in the bluish green. And then turn it around to the back, show them the back.
Now it wants to unfocus again.
Right. It's a common thing for these to be missing their back plates for the batteries, but I can't tell you how fucking old this 9-volt battery is. We plugged it in tonight and played that bitch. We could plug it in and play that bitch right now. But silver face limited edition, it's not worth anything really, maybe $40-$50. Supposedly, what was the years that we looked up on it?
Anywhere, all I was seeing was like 55 to 65.
55 to 65. Now, but that was that including the special edition ones?
No, I didn't find any years in the special edition.
Okay, so if anybody out there knows the process might know that shit. Process for sure probably knows that shit. He probably got a couple of them himself.
He probably does.
But it's super sick. Does not have the best quality as far as clarity. You can adjust it. It's got the settings and all that stuff. But it sounds really good and organic as like a garage band just playing around with some BB King shit on the side of the fucking corner street and shit, just playing that shit. Outside the liquor store type of shit. Like it's got a good sound to a good organic, crispy, throttly fucking, how would you explain it? Like the distortion, like it's wanged out. It's wanged out to where you almost even lose some of the clarity of the notes or the chords that are being played, but it comes together overall. I don't know how else to explain it. It sounds raw, real, and uncut, kind of like this channel and the Terribly Tactical channel. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. But more importantly, here on the Shooting the Poop podcast, because we're trying to grow the channel and do great things here, people. So we would invite you to come along with us.
That's the way to explain it.
All right, so hold on. Let me at least finish pouring my drink before I spill some. Oh my God, I'm trying to pour this shit. I had the cap still on. Can you hold that for 2 seconds? I appreciate that. Shout out to the Tactical Scales, man, for fucking always being there, putting up with my bullshit. I also have to take a raging piss. So after I straight up fucking hardcore ass demo the guitar, we're gonna have to pause this. Oh shit. Get a little bit of feedback.
A little bit.
A little tiny bit, no big deal.
Fuck you. Go take a piss.
Fuck me.
Yeah. Go take a piss, bro.
Did you pause it?
No.
What do you mean? Are you gonna give him a show, dude? Oh shit.
Sounds like absolute shit, but it sounds good while doing it.
You know?
See, get a little bit of feedback off it. It don't sound the best. It's not the strongest, not the loudest. It's got some fucking noise to it though. It sounds great. I love it at least.
You ain't taking it home though.
So I can play with the Amazon picks. Just because that's the choice for the night. Amazon gift cards. That's all you need. Let's wait for him to come in and shred on this shit. I have to pause this for a minute. Wait for him to get back. You hear that whistling the whole fucking time though? It's an old ass amp.
This is resulting into the first podcast that we did.
It is. We can't keep this going like the first time.
Fucked it up already. It's with the Amazon gift card. Dude, look at that shot. This is the fucking thumbnail right here. And they're like, they're throwing up the white power sign or whatever the fuck. With the American flag, with the American flag, with the OD, dude. This is drip, son. I don't know if you heard about it. Yeah, this is. I'll show them the mini. Hold the mini amp, baby. Well, I don't know if they can. That's gonna be maybe too much close to the mic. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Dude. Can we do? This is getting a little flims. Let's get a little flims. Let's see, dude. Pick is fuck up. If I had a better pick, show the people the guitar and the amp combo, dude. Right here, bro. Dude, this little mother grabber, and the sound I'm sure is not coming through completely how it should. And plus, it's late at night, and we can't let it rip too hard. But that thing rips for what it is, for being as small as it is, and it's running. It's running off a 9-volt battery.
Old ass, decrepit ass 9-volt battery.
Entire fucking. Shout out to Ozzy, Bark at the Moon. What else we got? So basically, this is a replay of all the previous podcasts. Basically, the only one that's in existence.
So I think this should
Be a
very short episode. Play.
You turned me off, bro. You just cut me. You cut me off, bro. It's like me at the bar and shit when it's past too late and we got too many drinks.
Being cut off.
Got cut off. Live here, pre-recordedly, on the Shooting the Poop podcast. Live for us, not for you, but later when you're watching this, you might get the same experience.
Maybe.
Probably not.
If we're doing our job.
Right. I like to think that we've been involved enough here on the Shooting the Poop podcast so far tonight.
Mostly directed to the camera this time, at least.
Right.
It's much better.
Right. We got the. I don't know how the audio is gonna come out, especially when you get hit the amp right.
The levels seem to be alright.
No, it seems honestly through the OBS. Shout out to the OBS, open source. That's the one thing too that's really cool about. He hates them. He absolutely hates the T-Rex arms. He's not cultured enough. And listen, I thought the same, but this is a random tangent. But the T-Rex arms, if you are into the gun community, the gun culture, you need to subscribe to T-Rex Arms. You need to watch all of his videos, especially his live chats. He knows what he's talking about. He is a true Second Amendment supporter. He's actually been there and done that and got out to help his community. He's never served in the military, the law enforcement, whatever. He does know how to shoot. He does have a bunch of cool-ass shit. You can't deny that. He's got a bunch of cool-ass shit. He's got so much cool-ass shit.
Honestly, I don't know how much cool-ass shit he's got because I don't watch his shit.
You should check it out. Honestly, he's got a... Lucas Bodkin has a very punchable face. Extreme. He's got a voice for deaf people, although one could argue so do I. You know? I hear myself back on some of these recordings sometimes, and, like, it's not what the fuck I sound like in my head. And, like, right now I'm a little bit sick. I don't have the scamdemic. Yeah, I know, but, like, it's like, I feel like...
That's like a psychological thing. Like, you're not meant to like your own voice. And it's more so because the voice you hear inside your head, because you have more bass going through your skull to your eardrums when you're speaking. That's what's hitting you more so.
So it sounds deeper naturally.
You don't actually recognize your own voice.
Because I feel like sometimes, especially when I get excited, when I get fucking giddy about shit, I'm like, oh, this is fucking cool. Then my fucking tone raises, my pitch raises, dude.
The thing is, like, you don't recognize your own voice on recordings because you hear your voice completely different.
I mean, I recognize it though. I do, like, I know, like, if somebody was talking in the background and it was my ass, I'd be like, oh, but like. I don't know. That's a weird concept. Some psychology. But we need to get Cheyenne here live in the flesh on the Shooting the Poop podcast. Apparently, she's got a big girl job and a fucking. You guys got to go to a. What is it tomorrow?
The fucking anatomy.
The anatomy scan.
Got to make sure my kid ain't got 12 fingers and 15 toes or something, you know?
Coming out of your ass.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I did drink a lot of hose water.
Like a lack of mustache. Which is good, because it's a girl.
It's a girl.
So, right. That's the one trait that...
There's hope she doesn't get my beard.
Right.
You know,
right.
For her sake.
Although it could be profitable.
Yeah, it could be.
If they still got circuses. I don't know, with the scamdemic, maybe they closed them down.
Maybe.
You know.
We could do a podcast with her.
We could, right?
The bearded baby.
Could you imagine, dude? Just came out the womb with that shit.
A fucking 6-month-old baby.
5 o'clock shadow shit. Thicker than yours.
With a beard like mine and
Thicker than yours, bro. 100%.
Might have.
Easily.
I hope not, for her sake. But it'd be funny as hell, though.
It would be right.
Hella views.
Yeah. For all the wrong reasons.
Entirely.
They'd probably monetize that, though. They would monetize that. But now people talking
about
freedom.
Most kids making money off of kids.
No, they love it. They love it. Fucking so does Netflix and all the other motherfuckers. The Pizza Gates and all that. You know, they love it. They're all about it. They're saving the kids. They sure are.
Yeah.
For later. Fucking dirty ass motherfuckers. Yeah. That's disgusting. The fact that shit like that goes on in this country and all over the world and nobody stands up and does. People are standing up and doing something about it, but the fact that people tune in. What happened with what's her face? Ghislaine fucking Maxwell or the. So I heard she was found guilty.
Yeah.
But what the fuck? It's all enclosed though. Nobody's fucking. Where's all the people? What about all the flight logs and the fucking this, that, and the third? Who the fuck? The fact that people are not. You want to riot in the streets over George Floyd, my dude? A scumbag, somebody who should have been fucking had a smoke wagon skinned on him since he fucking held a gun to the pregnant woman. You know? Are you cutting me off? Is that too much for the Shooting the Poop pod?
No.
Is that too raw, real, and uncut? No, we're never gonna. We don't censor ourselves. YouTube might censor the shit out of us, but we ourselves will never bite our tongues or censor ourselves because we are here to tell you the truth, or at least the way we see it. And you know, we always got our glasses on. I guess they're covered up by the hood right now. Going super gangst mode. This is for when we upload the edits to worldstarhiphop.com.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they feel like we're part of the culture.
We belong.
We understand.
We belong.
I got a pair of Air Force Ones.
Well, you remember that meme I sent?
What?
You know, with the SpongeBob meme.
Oh, right. Yeah, for sure.
About how all guys from Illinois, they're part country and part hood, trying to pull up in their trucks and throw hands.
And they're rated E for everyone. And trust me, you don't want it, boy. It's in the game. You know?
Like, it's a problem. It really is. Problem is how accurate that statement was.
Motherfuckers, sometimes we out here actually incoincidentally good at math, and those problems get solved. So, what did I used to always tell them?
I don't fucking know.
You should know.
Should I?
That shit ain't never sweet. Ain't never sweet, son. Be a Sour Patch Kid in this bitch.
Acting like I listen to your ass.
Well, you should. He wouldn't be nowhere. This is some government shit. I'm looking at the camera for once, and it's tracking my face, bro.
Yeah, autofocus, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, clearly.
Shit focused.
Clearly, dude, I'm the best.
Probably
I don't see it focusing on your ugly ass.
You're right.
Look at you. Look at you, bro. That's fucked up. That's
I don't
fucked
want to focus
up.
on my ass.
Look, I'm all the way over here with it and shit. Still don't want you.
Nope.
Ugly as hell. I think it's the lack of mustache. You can't pick out the defined features of the... Don't get that close to me. We look like bitches. You ever notice how bitches just lean in to take a picture? Like, you be both in frame right here, but you gotta lean in to take the pictures. Right it's like their shits are combining and shit. Like they're getting on the same menstrual cycle or whatever the fuck happens.
Because of the autofocus, bro. Trying to get on the same focus, dude.
Well, it's one bitch is always uglier than the other, so.
Exactly.
Dude, I am liking the lighting though. Like the green, like this feels like if we were in one of my 18 basements, this is the type, like the basement flood lighting, the emergency only shit, so you don't lose your night vision. Like that's kind of what's going on. I like the green.
You know what's great though?
Tell me.
How many times you said that lighting doesn't matter? The lighting is shit. There's no point.
No, I never said the lighting was shit. I think you have great lighting, especially with this. If you didn't have the big ass, how much did that cost? The big
we don't
ass.
Talk about that.
Does Cheyenne not know?
No,
she's not gonna watch this shit anyways. Although last time. This actually has, I think this is a productive podcast, like, share, comment, subscribe. Yeah. And we've actually talked about a lot of things as digressing and ranting as, well, mostly me.
Yeah.
Mostly me.
Mostly you.
You got to talk more. I got to give you more of a chance to talk, but you have to take those opportunities.
You get ready to ask me a question, and you just completely keep talking yourself anyway.
But it's not a personal, intentional thing. It's not like a self-glorifying, gratifying. The way my brain works is like it's going.
It doesn't work.
And sometimes it might short circuit, kind of like your brain. He for real almost cried earlier.
I did
like,
not.
Don't let him lie to you. This motherfucker, he thought both of his brand new amps were fried for no reason because we were literally having a mad ass jam sesh. And then I don't know, did they turn off on their own or did you shut them off?
I shut the one off.
Then he shut them off.
Clicked the other one on and it wouldn't go on. Then I clicked the one that I just shut off on and it also didn't go on. I'm like, what the fuck? Nothing changed.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
But the other one, the tertiary amp
one still worked.
Yeah. But the standard electric and standard bass did not work, even though they previously just were working literally mere minutes ago. And I, from the beginning, was like, hey, motherfucker, it's probably the outlet. Maybe just unplug it and plug it into the other outlet. This dude took 10 to 15, 20 minutes plugging them into every single thing but the other outlet. Getting distressed. We almost didn't have a podcast tonight because he was breaking down emotionally.
Bullshit.
It was not plugged into the other outlet. It was plugged into the fucking bar
power strip on
that was plugged into the other outlet, which clearly it's a defective power strip. You fucking Rick
still works.
At the micro centers. Where'd you get it? The Amazons, the discount bros. Fuck you guys. You're fucking us over. This is the Shooting the Poop podcast. Do you understand?
I got that power strip actually.
It was probably Amazon. He loves supporting them communist fucks.
Probably. I don't even think I bought that bitch.
Wow, you stole it, bro? Get the fuck. This is guilt by association.
Power strip we got in the house, bro.
That motherfucker's probably from 1986 and shit when they just invented electricity.
Probably.
1986. That's what it feels like sometimes.
Yeah.
But
you know.
The summer of '69.
How you got a fucking amp from the fucking 50s or 60s?
That motherfucker still works off a D-cell battery that I have not changed since I probably bought that bitch. That's how you know.
Like shit so much.
No, I think it sounds great.
Bad.
I think it sounds great, and I think the bat doesn't matter. Plus, you got to mess with the settings. You got to mess with the settings on the amp itself and the guitar and fine tune it. But I like that distorted out fucking garage band, reckless ass, fucking doesn't really sound good, but in turn sounds great. I like that raw, real, uncut shit. I do, because it's just more realistic. Because nobody's perfect, right? I'm not. I'm pretty close.
Definitely not.
I'm pretty close, I like to think. But you're far from it, and the rest of y'all out there, fucking God only knows. Except for Dale and Barb Hayes. So you guys are pretty legit people. You guys are solid people. Speaking of which, we were on the range today. They showed up. We were fucking busy as fuck. Okay? We've been closed for the past few days doing inventory, God forbid, at the end of the year.
And motherfuckers calling me like, hey, is rings closed down? What the fuck?
Right. For like 3-4 days in a row, God forbid. Like, I get it. I do. I'm a fucking gun nut. I'm crazy. I'm a fiend. Right? I'm addicted for sure. But like, chill out, bro. Like, I gotta run the social medias for the fucking Facebook page for the shop. And like, fucking 1:30 in the morning, go to bed. Like, you could ask us if we have 9mm tomorrow at normal hours.
Talk to yourself,
Perhaps
bro.
even. What are you talking?
1:30 in the morning, text them motherfuckers.
About what? Important shit. Important shit.
Ammo's not important.
They can't do anything about it if we're not open at 1:30 in the morning.
Whenever the fuck you guys open, they're gonna be there if you got ammo.
They should be there regardless.
They should.
What if I don't respond? And what if we got all the ammo in the world, but I just so happen to be fucking sleeping at 1:30?
No, you weren't.
Maybe I was. I got a life outside of fucking guns and freedom. I think. I don't. This is all I do ever. 24/7, 365.
Quit lying to the people. Thought we were no capping in this bitch, other than yours.
I got one. Shout out. Speaking of the cap, dude. Shout out to Freedom Fatigues. Okay, I don't. Is the link in the description box below? It's a different description box below link.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't trying to pawn all my links off onto the Shooting the Poop podcast. Although
you got to get a separate sponsor.
Got to get separate sponsors for the separate chan. Harry's Holst. You know, we'd love to have some. You could go actually check out the Terribly Tactical page and check the link in the description box below of those videos and reference the 10% off Terribly Tactical coupon code for Harry's Holsters and get the best inside the waistband Kydex holster you've ever gathered for yourself for carrying purposes of a wide variety of pistols. Except for the goddamn Glock 26, Harrison. What are you doing? So, or the 36 or any of the 45s or 10mm guns. It's rather disappointing. But besides the point, this is cool. This is good. I like this. I think this is a good second podcast.
I believe so.
I think this
We've ran this a little bit longer.
A little bit long. What are we at? 2 something?
An hour 47.
Hour 40. That's not too bad. We're under 2.
No,
Our goal, and I think we're. I think we've been. Well, you know, I don't want to limit ourselves.
No, not really.
Because while, I mean, think about it. If we're entertaining enough people to tune in for 5 to 10 hours on the live chats, what's the difference with the podcast? Like Mike, shout out to Mike Collins, awesome dude. He is the star, the celebrity, as it were, in many of my videos, mostly the shorts, but several range videos. He's a great shot, and he's a super cool dude. And so shout out Mike for sure. One of the bros. He's on the Boog team, even though we're gonna have to paint him in like neon colors and send him out there first as a distraction. And if he survives, we'll welcome him back into the fold. But
he's got to keep the paint.
You got to keep the paint. You got to wear that the whole time, even though it's like bad for us.
Yeah.
You have to stay
wear off
50, 100 meters away from us at all times. But like you can still come in and eat during supper time, so you have a couple beans and weens. So shout out to the Terribly Tactical channel. You wouldn't know if you're not subscribed. Make sure you tune in. Shameless self-promotion, just nonstop.
Constant.
You have to. You have to. But for real, I can't imagine that anybody has made it this far in the Shooting the Poop podcast, episode 2. We're gonna come up with like a
Terribly Tactical channel.
Well, no, I could totally believe that because I do believe truly that our charisma, our personalities, especially combined into one. I mean, we're an unstoppable force at this point. Honestly, I would like to argue. But so we might have captivated the audience, right? We've cultivated and captivated. We've drugged them in.
29 people that subscribe.
29 people subscribing. If we can't get that to 100 by tomorrow, fuck you guys.
We're done with the chan.
We're done with the chan. We're quit. I'm going to quit Terribly Tactical. I'm giving it all up. Just kidding. Never once. I thought we were in this together, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of very disheartening.
I thought that was your Chan, bro.
I mean, it is, but like, I'm trying to involve you, and I would like you to be. You're my son.
No,
I would
they
like
don't, they
to
obviously
involve.
don't like it. They don't want it.
Who?
The subscribes that aren't there.
Right. Well, this is the thing, though. I honestly, and not any stroke off my own dick, but I feel like a lot of our subscribes don't even know. Like Salvatore Big Puss Bonpensiero,
I
who's
know.
tuned into everything, and huge shout out to Salvatore Big Puss Bonpensiero, aka Paulie Gutierrez, aka what was the fuck Barry Suss, aka fucking Joey the Cat, aka fucking everybody, bro.
Fucking everybody.
Shout out to you, bro. That's real support out there grinding on that night shift.
But he out here slacking on the
Shooting the Poop podcast. I posted on. If you are not in tune with the Terribly Tactical channel on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook page, anywhere, I'm pretty sure I got an Odyssey page. I don't even upload to. Someone else does. The Russians are piloting my content.
Odyssey page,
We should. They're probably already scamming us.
Already.
There's literally Russians. I didn't even know this dude found it. Russians stealing my content, re-uploading my entire channel to a Russian website. I mean, I am an AK guy. I'm not offended. I appreciate it. But I have a strong feeling that they're stealing some of the AdSense somehow. Buying cheap Russian vodka with it, which I appreciate. Just let me know that you're doing it. I'll be happy to support you on Patreon in Russia or whatever the fuck. You know, send me like a Bakelite once a month or whatever. Like, that's fine.
Dude, on the AdSense money, dude, they probably don't even buy cheap vodka. Russia, shit's cheap as fuck.
Right, that's
buying
right.
Top shelf shit.
Top
that
shelf
you can't
shit
even afford
that I
doing
can't
the
even
content.
Right. Right. That literally would be the story of my life, you know, as far as it goes.
Top tier Russian vodka. The AdSense they steal from your ass.
Right. They got Sam
Their
7Ks
is
full
like
auto, and
$10.
it's like a garbage gun to them.
Yeah.
It's like a washer 10 to them. They're like, we don't even want this. We'd rather slapbox. Thus for the Danya coming out.
Fucking top shelf's like $10 a
Yeah.
bottle.
Right, dude. Right. It's this big and shit. It's an airplane bot.
Yeah.
They sip for months off of it. I don't have that much beef with Russia. I know they're kind of bogus on a lot of shit.
Yeah, they are.
And this is going to sound super like...
And not nearly as pro-gun as you would hope, though.
No, that's the other thing, too. It's weird. Well, it's because they know that, like, the motherfuckers might actually fucking...
Yeah, exactly.
Because they would be facing the
They know what
awesome...
actually brings.
Right. And again, this is a perfect... For noodles.
Yeah.
The Russia is so afraid of its own citizens owning AK-47 and 74 variant rifles, maybe AN-94s, whatever the fuck you come across in Russia. Some super cool shit. I have a plethora of Russian accoutrement, milsurp gear, AKs, both a 30 cal gun and a 5.45 gun, and they just make the best AK shit, like that, the OG, triple OG, you know, as it were. But being a citizen in Russia, since everything's super shitty and not free, least bit, you know, but having potentially the awesome power of the Kalashnikov in your hands, there's a lot that can get done with that. And so that's why Russia specifically, because if like the AR-15 was Russia's gun, then you'd probably be able to have guns in Russia.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
They aren't worried.
Because they're not worried about the measly little glorified 22 that you're shooting at them.
You
know, they got body armor. If you hit them with, what is it, the API Tarkov armor, but it's a real thing, the API fucking 7.62x39, bro. Hesco L210 special threat plates are only designed to stop one of those motherfuckers. That's a pretty serious round coming out of a fucking Kalash. And honestly, out of a 7.62x39 gun, AK, you know, piston driven, ballistically speaking, even out of a Draco or a PAP or whatever, the shorter guns, a SAM 7K, you actually don't lose that much ballistically. And so a short crink style gun in either 5.45 or 7.62x39 is actually more viable than a short 5.56 guns in a lot of cases, especially when you get under 10 inches, which
we're always under 10
always
inches.
Under 10 inches. You know,
Always.
That's what she asked for. I had to fuck her twice and a half on a good day. But yeah, AK Master Race noodles. It's just come to the dark side, dude. Like, that was a sweet little Krylon job you had painted over your fucking electrical taped fucking pressure pad, and like they looked, maybe they were Holosun or maybe they were EOTech magnifiers. They were probably Holosun. Either way, I don't know what you're running with. It might have been a totally legit rig. And I'm sure it was regardless, because I know you noodles. I know you ain't coming up with no bullshit. You know, especially isn't he rich and famous? He's got like a garbage disposal company or some shit. What was
Some
it?
shit like that. I don't even know.
Garbage disposal. Just hella rich for no reason. Got 80. I don't know how many fucking your address, your phone number. Is like, what are you doing, Noodles? Come on, man.
He ain't worried about it.
He's not worried because when you're that rich and fame. I honestly don't know how Noodles. I honestly personally don't know how Noodles is still on the internet. I'm surprised they have not kicked him off permanently. There's got to be when the socialism Chinese credit score shit comes, which it already has come to this country. People getting canceled and banks not accepting your payments and shit because you bought some gun shit or whatever the fuck it is, or not, you know, allowing you to use their systems because they are against what you believe in politically or what you're doing with your money, which is bullshit. You know, the federal banking system and the goddamn. I could get off on a whole nother tangent with that. A little bit risque for maybe this channel, but the Terribly Tactical channel where we don't give a fuck. Just kidding. We don't give a fuck here either.
No, fuck that.
We might even give less of a fuck from time to time.
Yes,
because
we got the energy yet, you know. So.
Right. It's less of a loss. We can just rebuild. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
6 years in, lack of success,
cumulative 5 hours,
depression.
Like,
right. We'll just do it again next Sunday.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But yeah. What else? What's it? Bring up a top yourself. Bring up one top before we finish the podcast. You got a top,
Steve. Except for the one I'm wearing.
Make sure you keep that on.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see this shit. Goddamn.
Although that in and of itself could be a top of disgust.
Yeah, that could be.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Not discussion.
Not disgust.
Right.
Disgust. Right. Yeah. No. Definitely disgust.
So, if you've made it this long, which you probably haven't.
No. Probably.
But if you have.
You're
probably one of our diehard supporters that is with us, which we very much appreciate and love you for. So everything we're about to say doesn't mean shit to you because you've heard it all before. That being said, we very much so, again, appreciate you being here for this long. What is it, 1:56? We're under 2 hours still, technically. Yeah. If I close this out professionally and promptly professional, like, share, comments, that's the 18th P
Shut
channel.
The fuck up and close it.
We should just close it right then and there. But yeah, more to come for sure. More organization. We're going to have guests. We got a lot of stuff going. You know, mid-video shit. We're going to be doing shit with guitars. We're going to do shit with guns, doing shit with politics, doing shit with knives, doing shit with lizards and fucking snakes and fucking tarantulas and whatever the fuck. 3D printing. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. Speaking of which, Saul, shout out to Saul of the Pew Pew Dudes. If you are not subscribed to the Pew Pew Dudes, make sure you go check them out on the Facebooks, the Instagram. Well, I don't think he's on Facebooks. The Instagram and the YouTubes. Subscribe. Tell him I sent you. We're gonna cook him up a little pink ass brace for his pussy pink poverty pony pistol budget blaster that he has entered. If you don't know about that, check out my channel. Again, Terribly Tactical, and I'm also on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all those other places. Shootingthepooppodcast, gmail.com. What else we got? We got the Instagram, the Shooting the Poop at Shooting the Poop. Again, me and Scales have full access to the channel as well as the Instagram page. We might eventually have a Twitter page or a Rumble page or whatever the fuck we got to do to keep this train going. And we definitely invite you to sit amongst the boxcars. So we're all about freedom. We're all about moving forward and progression for ourselves, for our country, for our training, for our rights, for the community, the culture. And we always will be. So that's one thing you could always count on is you get what you get with us. We are who we are, and we are about what we are about, and steadfast. So we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Hopefully next time I can shut my fucking big-ass trap and Scales could say some more shit because he's got a lot of good shit to fucking say. So make sure you stay tuned. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell so you don't miss a video because there's going to be a lot more quality content. I would say, what does Process say? Shout out to Process. Go check out the Process channel.
The cornucopia of content.
Cornucopia of content here on this channel and many others like it.
This shit for the kernel of truth.
The kernel of truth. It's right there in the poop in the logo.
It is.
Because we are here.
We are open about our kernel.
Shooting the poop. We'll catch you guys next time.